Okay, so recap slightly. Um, if you'd like to have any small talk with crew or one another during the 7 day journey, uh, the last day you did end up having a brief encounter with the deep sea crew, ESC.
I think the only real interaction would be between myself, Howl, and Calico. Calico and I would probably go above deck during night to sort of
Well, I probably
help
train
my
with you
magic
while I'm
stuff.
steering the ship. I'm like, no, like this. I'm showing you like my poison spray.
And then I just blast out an Eldritch Blast, just like,
Explain it.
"Arr,
Oh, there you go. You're getting it.
do you mean like this? Ha! Or, God damn it. Do you mean... gee, one moment. There. You mean like this? And then fire off an Eldritch Blast. Be like, sort of like that.
Yeah, there you go. Kind of focus on, it requires content. You gotta concentrate a little bit and like kind of think
this
about
is
it.
still really strange to me. I don't. Feels wrong.
I'm proud of you, and I like pat you on the back.
I do have a specific scene to play out with Calico, so I'll let everybody go on with what they want to do, and then I'll have
If anybody else wishes to have any conversations with anybody during the 7 days, speak up.
Yeah.
Emir would be wanted to talk to you for the fact that he wants to get an idea of what the actual bounty system is that works in Hammerfeld.
Myself?
Oh yeah, you.
Oh.
Out of character, Vez doesn't know if you've been there, but you've been talking like you know the place.
I've been there a few times. What type of are you talking about?
As Emir pulls up his bow and says, anything that has to do with big game hunting. I like to keep my skills focused, and as he pulls up the pistol, this isn't gonna cut it in all situations.
Aye, there are some hunting lodges there. Typically groups that gather together to...
There are.
Typically groups together to mainly swing their dicks around, talking about how they've killed the biggest beast and he holds out his arms in a Jesus-like pose.
This island actually has no forest, no natural resources whatsoever. It is all concrete jungle. It is the largest mega city, the only mega city in the world.
Yeah. I remember you talking about that last night, so I've kept that in mind.
So yeah, there would be like groups of people, especially like captains of ships and like hunters that would convene at certain bars, and those bars are known to have like, oh well, he donated this boar head, and now we've mounted it on the wall, and decorations of that manner around.
Yeah,
and there's those old one-eyed guys that are like, yeah, the bear rug I'm laying on, I brought that in, and that type of air.
Yeah, that's yes, but holds his arms out in sort of a Jesus-esque pose and is like, mainly people talking about things they've caught that are yay big of different types.
From what they're talking about, it doesn't seem too off different from back at my village. Some of the other hunters like to be bragging about what they've been bringing in, but I'm primarily looking for a different form of funding that I can at least bring in.
Hey, I still have a problem with you being low, even though you're at 2. I'm just gonna lower everybody else. And just turn up the volume on my computer real quick.
Or you could just turn up the specific volume to mine.
He has.
I've got you at 200%.
Then hold on, let me see if I can leave and rejoin, see if that fixes it.
No, I've lowered everybody else. Everybody talk, just one by one. Taco. Taco.
Hello.
Okay, X.
Taco and burrito.
Okay, I need to turn you up.
Oh, baby.
That's good.
Don't say anything.
Nitronous.
Blah blah blah.
Okay, we're good. Mal.
I am God Supreme.
Good. Bez.
I don't know what to be talking about.
There we go. Okay, we're good.
Hallelujah, I'm gonna give up because somebody passed me the cranberry juice.
Okay. What were you saying? I heard village, and then it sort of. I heard you talking about your village, and then I heard dragon. And everything else was comprehensible.
Yeah, you probably heard someone else. Yeah, from what you're describing, a lot of my other village hunters, they'd like to be flaunting a bit of what they brought in from the kill, but I'm primarily looking for a way to bring some funding back to the ship.
They got bounties back there. Most villages put up hunting requests in certain lodges, depending on where they come from. Some are closer to certain ports.
Alright, then I'll be sure to keep an eye out on that.
From the one that we're going to, I think I know where you can go.
You've been to this specific district once before. You're more comfortable with the district, 2 districts over, which is the Carver section of the sea, rather than the Deep Crew section of the sea currently.
But I think I know where you get some hunting.
With the entire southern 3 districts, southern 3 ports, are the lawless, that port the lawless sea, are considered the less than reputable side of town.
They'll give you some good hunt, usually with some decent payout, but I wouldn't suggest going into one of these establishments alone.
As Vez puts a finger to his chin, he looks to you and he says, "By chance, do we still have leftovers of the skin from the giant snake?"
You were in charge of those, yeah?
I was in charge.
7-day-old, more than that.
We sold it.
You traded it to the armorer for the studded adamantium armor work. Cough, cough.
Actually, no, not for my armor, for your guys.
No, I meant it was traded then.
Yeah.
To him. During that is what I meant. I didn't mean like specific. I just meant like it was traded to that dude during him, so we don't have it.
Yeah. You're fine. You're good. But I thought you were in charge of the snake skin.
Oh no! As he pulls out one of the daggers, he's got. I primarily went for the fang. As he pulls out like a. How freaking large did we call this thing again?
Only about 12 inches.
Well, I never really got into the pieces in that. I wasn't quite interested. Land at Now get me a row of sharks, or get me a shark's jaw, and I'll definitely be keeping a hold of that.
I'll be keeping that in mind. Would you be looking for that as a bit of decoration?
Depends on how big the shark is.
As Vez starts like giving different references because he doesn't know what a shark looks like, so he's starting off small. It's like yeah.
I mean,
you're talking guppies right now.
As he extends it past his shoulder length.
I'd be an adolescent, more or less.
And then goes fully extended arm.
A little larger than you, actually.
His eyes just widen. He's like, okay, now I need to be looking out for what's lurking under the water.
I guess you ain't seen nothing from the sea yet.
Nothing aside
Oh,
from some
I was gonna tune to
standard
my
fishing.
gloves.
That only takes like 30 minutes. So it's not like
Yeah. I just remembered I had to do it.
just mark down that you have. Done.
Well, Vez, I'll tell you a story of a beast. A true deity among creatures that live in the sea. It's known as a kraken.
Out of character, you already did share this story.
Oh yeah, I did.
Your
Wait,
first
I don't
thing
think I shared it with you guys. Or did I? Yeah, no, I shared it with you when we were riding to the original town way back at like the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Sorry about that. I had forgotten. A lot has happened since then.
That's the truth. You find a bit of magic in yourself while you're at it.
I still don't know how to feel about this.
Can I work on being proficient with cooking tools?
I mean, if you're cooking over 7 days, you're probably going to get efficiency around the 4th.
Yeah, it's not like you need to work at it as long as you like. I mean, how are you gonna work at it? Make food and then throw it away? You don't.
I'll
do
just
that
make
on
food every three
every
for 3
day,
meals.
like a cook
Every
would
day.
do.
3 times a day,
Yeah.
every day.
Like a cook does. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do your job? Cool. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
I
I
just
would be
didn't
so
know if I
pissed
could
if I
add
had
my
an employee
proficiency.
that came up to me every day and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna do the thing you hired me to do. I'm just gonna let you know I'm gonna do that today." No
Well, I
shit.
just wanted to know if
Like,
I could
no,
add my
I'll be
proficiency
cooking
score
for
when it
everybody
comes
today,
to.
and the next
not-
day, and
not
day
yet.
after that.
But by the end of the trip, by the end of the 6th day, on the start of the 7th day, before you guys meet the the deep sea crew, their banner is blue. I haven't shown you or anything.
Don't you mean Azure?
No, fuck you.
don't-
Seafoam.
Sea foam. Fuck.
Lol.
I went on an Azure at the last time we played, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Or was I just
Gray. Fucking gray.
At the end of the 6 days, of the 6th day, the jobs that you have all trained in, you will now be proficient in. Modifier to checks based on those skills.
Which one am I doing?
Sweet.
You have to choose.
No, I mean, which one was left? Didn't they say they had one for everybody?
But there are
Covered,
lots of
except I
jobs
was-
left. Some
Well,
So
jobs
you
aren't,
decided to
like-
be the jack of all trades.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know. I was just
so-
asking which one needed to be filled so that I can mark it in.
No, if you okay, so do you have a proficiency with water vehicle? Just in general.
Water vehicles?
Yeah, water vehicles. Because if you
Yeah.
were part of the Navy, then you would have started out with a proficiency with water, and that essentially just covers every job on a ship.
Oh, well.
Yeah, like I have proficiency in vehicles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so do I. I believe, Mal, it gives you advantage on any roll that you make for doing anything for a ship, right?
No, proficiency just allows you to add your proficiency bonus to the roll you make that it involves.
Okay. I never mind.
Where if you didn't have that proficiency, you just roll and then add whatever skill it required. This you get to roll, add your skill and your proficiency.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is a +2 or +2 at your current levels and can only go up.
Next level, it'll be a plus.
Can only go up.
Level 20, it'll be a +6.
Unless we die.
Or by magical means that take away part of your memory.
I mean, death reverts
Well,
everything to 0.
+3 next level. That means I have a +9 to my perception. Yes.
I'm just waiting for my snowball. I'm just waiting for that level 7 to hit, and then I snowball out of control.
Clerics or
Any more inter-crew mingling you'd like to have during the 7 days of travel?
I'd like to have one scene with Calico.
I would probably just. The only thing is Magenta, because she's probably going to be by me a lot during the whole trip, because she's kind of the navigator, tells me where to go.
I mean, she can steer the ship while you fuck off.
That's true.
You don't have to be.
Well,
you
you know
could
what?
go away.
Yeah, like
The elegancy of those words.
It's kind of hired her as a navigator, so you don't always have to be steering.
No, I know.
yeah,
but
and you're first made a second in command to take over ship if you're going to sleep or anything like that.
Indisposed.
no, it's just figured I'd have some kind of conversation. Just I want to know like where she came from, how she got into being a navigator.
Came from that bar. I got into navigating because I was on the ocean and was tired of getting lost by stupid captains.
Ain't we all?
Dad did the same
Gotcha.
thing.
Makes sense.
If you say so.
And I mean, makes enough sense. I mean, I
Sure.
would keep getting lost,
Yeah.
figure out how to find my way.
Yeah, that's totally how it happened.
Totally.
Uh-huh.
I want to see if Hal has any books
like
about
how-
his medical
my
practices,
parents.
and if I could read them.
No, you can't read them. Yes, I do have them. I've written all of my practices down as a good physician would. And no, unskilled individual as yourself would not understand a single word. Journal. Would it be of any?
Dedicus asked him if he would like to compare notes.
And you can
sometime.
see his pauses in language. He's fighting saying something more insulting.
Well, okay. I'll leave it at that then.
Magical medics. You disgust me. He goes back to writing something down. I don't need to know what a femur or torn ligament is, because I just pray to my little deity. It's all better.
Makes the hurt go
Well,
away.
if I don't,
Actually, I was a battle surgeon
I
for
learned.
23 years before I learned magic.
You weren't here for this conversation.
You can have this conversation.
I mean, I would like to learn, so I don't have to rely on magic.
Yes, starting at the advanced level is a stupid maneuver for anybody. Come back when you have practice already.
Okay.
His bedside manner is the worst. He is literally the Dr. House of pirates.
How did you start getting
Well,
into
saved
this?
his life.
And to cutting people open, taking out their insides, putting in new insides, and closing them back up.
Yeah.
It's complicated. Happened a long time ago. I don't know you well enough to share that information. Plus, I'm busy. He goes back to writing in his book.
All right. I'll leave him alone then. I guess go back to the kitchen and go back to work, I guess?
Yeah. During one of the days before lunch or after lunch, before dinner, you go to have a conversation with Howell. It doesn't go great. And
but it didn't go bad either. So.
I mean, you didn't get cut. You weren't accused of
yeah.
robbery.
Yeah, so it didn't go bad either.
Right.
But any other moments anybody else would like to have? Or we arrive at the Hammerfold.
Anybody else want something, or
I'll probably drink with Mamoon as well, like after hours.
Okay. Anything you want to talk to Mamoon about specifically during that time, or?
Not really.
Or just having some drinks. Fair enough.
Here, give me a sec.
With some small talk, like how much do you think you could lift? Do you think you could swim? As he points over to like a distant mountain on like the horizon, you think you could swim to that?
Do I think I could swim to that?
No.
Yeah, no. It is quite impressive that you swam for 3 days.
Interesting.
Kind of a necessity, you know. It wasn't like a choice. I wasn't like on one dock and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? Swim. No, I was kind of like on a ship. There was a storm. The storm turned into a typhoon. Our boat got lifted a few hundred feet in the air, turned upside down, and dropped back in the ocean. So, you know, had to.
Did you know how long you'd be swimming? Or like where you were going?
I know that if I swim in a direction anywhere in the caldera, you'll hit land eventually. It's kind of
That's a fair point.
So I picked a direction and I swam. Look, when you're bobbing up and down in the waves at shoulder height, you can't exactly see the horizon nor any landmass. So you just swim. I swam towards the sun at dawn. And I didn't stop swimming away from the sun when it was at my back. And that cycle continued with the moon, and then the sun again, and then the moon, and then I was on the shore. That's how it happened.
Cheers to you making it back.
Yeah. Glug, 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 glug.
We hold a second jug. Someone out who also hates their own lungs.
Like this.
Yeah, but X is Mr. Glass. There's an excuse for it.
In fact, I've literally coughed so hard I've broken a rib. Not
Mr.
fun.
Glass.
Fuck that shit.
Like, if you watch Unbreakable, like, I swear to God, that's a story Mr. Glass tells. Where he's like, when I was 12, I got a cold and I coughed so hard, I broke 3 ribs. It's like, fuck!
Yeah, that was actually that was about similar. Except I think it was like 14 when it hit me. I got allergies. Right about the same time I got hit with puberty, and my allergies just fucked me over. And I started coughing so hard that I broke like 3 of my damn ribs. I was coughing so fucking violently they put me on pure codeine.
Fuck.
Wow. Hey, back to the story. Any conversations, any bonding moments anybody would like to have? Trying to get through them.
One last one. Me and Calico.
Yep, I know that one. You're waiting on that. Apparently, it's going to be a long one, so we're trying to get others out of the way first. Or you can have you and Calico now.
I'm just.
I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Is it a thing between you and Calico you'd like to happen on the last day, or one of the sooner days? Because if it's one of the sooner days, we should get it out of the way now.
One of the sooner days.
So get it out of the
Or
way. Go.
like the 5th day out.
Have your bromance. Go for it.
Chicka wow wow. Wow wow.
Porno 70s music
So,
playing in the background.
Imagine just hold the sound boom. Andy, grab camera 2. I'm on camera 1.
I'm gonna put on the where is the fucking music?
X
Where is
is
it?
lighting the Molotov.
There we go. Found it.
X
Chuck
is doing lighting.
Mangione?
Cool. Awesome. So now we got
No,
firelight in the background.
Molotovs. Like they're about to be coming your direction.
Oh, candle
It's
lighting. How sweet.
exploding. The entire room is now on fire.
All right, no,
So-
As
wait.
is both of
All
the
right.
So
actors.
let me paint the scene on deck for you. The moon is hanging midway in the sky. Me and Calico.
thing?
Me and Calico have he's shown me
Oh,
sort of how to harness the magic, seen, all that I can sort of do so far, and like how it sort of interacts with the world. Like the magic
Been trying, yeah.
is, right? And Calico, would you like to jump in?
Hello. What?
Wow.
God damn it, Calico.
He doesn't care about the bromance at all.
All
Oh.
the setup was done. The
Unbutton
camera's
his
up. Go fuck
pants.
yourself. Push his camera over.
Yeah.
To start to slowly unbutton his pants.
No, God damn it.
Whoa, no, we're not. No, that's like
That was
50
satire.
episodes away.
That wasn't what we were doing.
Christ, that's like 15 episodes away. Have you not read the script, boy?
I mean, we already have 65
You think if we had a
hours of
script, we
footage.
would get so sidetracked all the time? Fuck.
Yeah, we were.
Ah, Christ.
Meow just throws the bromance script into the water.
Gotta improvise somehow.
Fucking
Sound of tearing pages. There, that's it. Fucking weeks of writing gone. Thanks a lot, actors.
Edit that out.
50 episodes to get to the good stuff.
Denny.
It's like,
Edit
God
it
damn,
all.
now I have to
Look, I'm
fucking
sorry I'm not
rewrite the
HBO. I
entire
can't
thing.
just show tits on every episode, okay?
Whoa, I'm not into that. Hey,
Whoa. Why can't you?
I don't have the budget. Okay, I'd have to pay you all double if I made you get your dicks out for every episode.
We're
Slowly
being paid?
zips pants down.
We're being paid?
Right.
I'm with you on this one. Slowly zips pants down.
Right,
We get paid?
And double for
primary
no
question.
pants?
Calico,
We get paid in experience. Now shut your face.
Calico and Fink are having a moment on the deck of the ship during the 7 days of travel. What is this moment? Go for it, fellas.
Calico, jump in. Do you need me to paint the scene again?
I just need to know what you said. Or did you just paint the scene?
Dude, it's right after some training and stuff like that. Right, the moon's hanging high in the sky. We're the only two above deck. You've seen what I can do. You've seen how the map works. You've seen what it does.
And I pat you on the
I've
back.
sort of started to get more comfortable using magic.
Yeah, and
Go for it.
right. I'm glad to see you're opening up to this magic thing, and I pat your back, like pat you on like the shoulder, like I'm proud of you.
Crazy.
Ah,
Pat you on the back like a
Cut.
baby.
More penetration.
I still don't really trust magic. I guess it's not as bad as I thought before.
Well, if you could trust anybody's magic, it's your magic.
I think that's the type of magic I trust the least.
Maybe. I disagree. Look, magic was weird for me at first too. It was kind of, I don't know. I didn't know I could do it.
Oh yes, as the person who unconsciously did it the first time.
Huh? I mean,
And wasn't raised in a place where if you were magical, you got burned at the stake, hung, or generally crucified.
yeah, that's very true. I'm still proud of you though. Good job. Have you felt anything else with the like that same kind of sensation but stronger?
Recently I've felt something. I haven't tried it though. Something, and I roll up my sleeves. I look at my arms and I go, something with these.
The tattoos, markings,
Aye.
not tattoos.
Well, even at this point in time, I'm not sure if we can call them tattoos.
Yeah, they look more like magical markings when I looked at them.
I could try and do it if you'd like.
Yeah, here I'll show you his first level spell. I'll just like shooting the ice knife off the at a fish or something in the water.
Why you
Or
gotta
not
kill a fish?
the water.
That's just dick.
In the water, not killing a fish. In the water, because
Not even gonna eat the fish, just gonna watch it explode.
what?
Well, you might want to take a few steps back, because this isn't like me other. What did you call them? Spells?
Yeah. The first one I call it was a cantrip. There, you can like do those all the time for free. They don't really drain your energy that much.
Well, with my other ones, I kind of get a sense.
And I'll back
Like,
up like 30 feet.
I kind of get a sense of where in front of me they'll hit. This one, almost like I can see around me when I think about it.
Like you can see.
Aye.
Would I know anything as a magic person about that? I don't know.
Do you know anything as a magic person about that?
I don't know. Fuck. I gotta play magic people more.
You're playing one now.
Yeah. I should know about magic stuff. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
You're a bad magic person, is what I'm hearing. You're a lazy druid.
Yeah. I know my skills.
I know, I'm a great barbarian. Barbarians are simple, hit things. Apparently, you're a lazy druid. So, if somebody asked you about druid stuff, you'd know the answers?
Yes, because I've been reading my druid.
Okay,
stuff.
then no, you don't know anything about this.
Okay. So no.
You feel like you've done your druid homework, you don't know about this, then it's not something you would have learned in your homework. That's how homework works.
Not gonna lie, it sounded like poop deck for a bit.
You mean 5 minutes before class begins work?
The sound quality was off. Restart.
That's your fault. You're fired. Farquaad, hold the sound boom.
Be careful with it because I don't know. It doesn't
Wait,
really
if I'm
ring-
holding sound boom, can I just be bumped down to Fluffer?
Oh, fuck you.
I feel like
back
his, currently he was fired and unemployed. I feel like giving him the job back as a fluffer would be an advancement from the unemployed list.
He won't be paid. He'll just.
How about a fluffer intern?
I have to watch the main
back
fluffer? What?
Oh, okay, fine. If he can't be Fluffer, he's Sponge and Mop Boy. He gets to clean
Blech.
Crew, back up a bit.
I step
Alright,
back 30
go.
feet.
Adjusting my boom one. Adjusting my boom two.
We're gonna go to the
Setting
next.
up splash tent.
35 feet. Sorry.
Yep.
Splash tent? Oh my god.
Splash tent.
And I look, and I'm like, maybe I should back up a little more. Take another step.
Aye.
Gets handed an umbrella.
And I look at the distance between me and him, think, yeah, that's fine. And
Take your socks off.
I throw a hand up in the air, focus all of my energy into my back, slam my palm down and just unconsciously say, well, not yell, but say out loud, Leviathan, and slam my palm into the ground, and the arms of Leviathan, and or known as arms of Hadar, spring from my back as tentacles whipping around wildly.
Large, dark, almost look black in the night. Tentacles with about a 10-foot reach start whipping around wildly. About 5 from each shoulder, stretching down his back.
Huh. That's cool. Can I make an Arcana check or no? If it's like, let's see.
It's definitely magical.
Yeah.
It's definitely magic. I mean,
I get that your wisdom might be lower than your character's, but was that a real question?
You know what? I'm sorry. I am tired as fuck.
Drink a coffee, man. Fuck. I checked to see if the magic spell he cast was magic. Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Indeed.
X hasn't slept in 36 hours. Just mentioning this.
Sounds like a humble brag,
Toss
but
my
okay.
bedroll. I'm gonna get closer and I'm gonna toss my bedroll at him.
Weird flex, but okay.
Your bedroll it does nothing.
you just hit me with a bedroll.
Well, I saw the tentacles. I thought, I don't know.
Tentacle.
Defend the tentacle.
A bedroll kind of just passes through the tentacle as if the tentacle was made of this like thick black ink.
Do you feel those things?
As I raise my hand back up from the floor and the tentacles disappear.
You drop the spell.
Oh, that was that looks cool.
I look at my arm to see if there's an tentacle that's appeared.
In fact, both arms have the complete inked tentacle. You can barely see negative flesh through the amount of tangled tentacles wrapping down your arm.
And I show my arms to Calico just before the things here.
Oh, that looks different. Huh.
This is what I see whenever I use magic.
That's interesting.
And I'm not sure if I trust.
Gotcha.
I've also been having strange dreams recently.
Oh, like what?
Well, for one of them that's been, I wouldn't say plaguing, but recurring quite a lot. Me sinking the man of war that you and I escaped from the first time. All with the ocean at my beck and call.
Magenta
Almost
comes
as
out
if
from
I have
her,
the power of a god.
Magenta comes out from her deck cabin, rubbing her eyes like, did anyone else hear like a hentai noise a little while ago?
And we now
I lean over the railing going, the fuck is hentai?
And I was about to say, and now we know hentai is a part of this
Never
reality.
mind, I'm going to bed. She goes back to sleep. Sorry, a little bit of comedic relief. Continue.
I turn back to Calico. Yeah, but beyond that intrusion, there's another one that I've been having. It's some sort of voice, eye looking down at me, talking to me about how it's washing. Yeah.
Maybe it's a god? Is it just an eye? What did the eye look like?
Big. Bigger than the ship we're currently on. Almost like an abyss. Green and intangible.
It wanted a ring.
Interesting.
The one ring that rules
Kept
them
calling me
all.
precious.
Them all. It's like, what do you mean? Oh,
But I've got no clue to what any of them mean.
I'm not. Can I make an insight check?
To see if he's lying or telling the truth.
No, never mind. I don't know kind of.
This would be a good time to use either a history or arcana.
Religion.
Right. Yeah.
Or wake up
Religion's also a
Zedekus.
good
You know,
choice.
the walking history book. Cough, cough.
Yeah, the
Ooh, I got a natural
Big
20
dude.
for 22.
On what?
Religion check.
Sorry. And what? I couldn't hear you over X's.
Religion. Sorry.
Religion.
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 I don't need no protection. I'm going in raw.
Ralph and the 7 anal horrors of Madagascar.
His description was vague. Not very detailed. Doesn't sound like a god you've known, a god you know of. You have heard stories and of everybody's religious encounter is different, etc., etc. It does it does seem to be his dreams are of a almost divine or otherworldly nature, but not one that you know of.
Maybe I can. Okay, so it does seem to be a god, but I can.
Yeah,
maybe I can
you don't
go
know.
library.
It does seem to be something. Something seems to be giving him these dreams. A powerful entity beyond fathom, godlike. Some would say, if not a god itself, godlike.
Yeah, maybe I stop at a library while we're in.
beyond the comprehension of man.
But the description of a large green eye watching an endless abyss, these terms could mean so many different gods.
Seems kind of, I don't know, similar to.
But it definitely sounds godly.
Sounds similar to some other dimension. But yeah, okay.
You just see Fink just deadpan stare at you. The fuck are you talking about? What? Other dimension? What?
It's nothing.
What in the fuck does that even mean?
Any other moments the crew or one another would like to have with each other?
I'm
Shall
gonna go
we
talk. I
arrive
would
at
like
the
to talk
city?
to other religious people in my group.
Zed
Eric's.
wants to
Maybe they have an
talk
idea.
to Owl.
No, just some bonding moments here and there.
Zed wants to talk to who?
Owl.
Oh, how?
Yeah, and I want to talk to the religious people after that.
Mr. Howell. And you want to talk to who?
Mr.
What
Howell.
religious guy?
The religious peoples.
On your ship?
The original 5 people. people who like.
I'll be right back.
The clerics and the clerics, because we have plenty of those.
Easy enough. You guys can have your scene. Jack wishes to talk to Zed and Richter. Talk to them.
Well, it is the middle of the night, so I'm probably sleeping at this point.
It's one of the 5 days, one of the 7 days. I'm sure he can grab one of the 7 days where he out of.
Oh, I thought it was after this scene or whatever. Sorry. Yeah, I'll talk to him.
I have a question for you guys.
Out of character or in character?
No, this is specifically for Richter and Zed, the 2 people he's talking to.
Okay.
Just went over that.
That's cool.
I got a question for you guys about Fink.
Okay.
Dude.
He's been having these dreams. They seem kind of like they seem divine somehow, like a god or some otherworldly being. I was wondering if maybe you guys remembered. He talks about like an endless abyss and a giant green eye watching him.
Can I roll a religion check? See if I remember anything?
Try.
Or do you want me to roll, or do you want to roll it, or do you want me to roll it at advantage, or you roll it at advantage? Yes. Fuck off.
One of
Before
you
you
could
roll it.
assist the other, depending on whose is
For a
higher.
higher roll.
If one of you assists the
What-
other, you get to roll at advantage. You could both individually roll. One of you could roll with advantage. It's up to the, holy people to decide.
Is
Think
yours
that's
higher?
Let me check real quick. What is yours?
Mine's 1, so.
What a good cleric.
Oh yeah, mine's fucking higher. Mine's fucking higher. I don't know
Alright.
what mine is, but I know it's higher. I think mine's 5.
Then roll yours at advantage. Because
Yeah,
I put mine into medicine, so.
Yeah, mine's religion and medicine.
Medicine, intimidation, persuasion, and athletics is my proficiencies.
Okay. 11 plus 7 plus what's advantage? What would be the advantage? Just plus proficiency?
Yeah.
No,
Advantage is roll twice, take the higher.
Oh sweet.
Yeah, advantage is amazing.
Fucking nat 1.
Sometimes
That's
it's
where
amazing.
advantage is awesome.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean,
So the 11 wins that one. 17. 17.
It does sound like he is being.
Better.
His dreams are being invaded by some kind of entity. But the description of a green eye, he got nothing. There's no way to tell what deity that is. What creature is invading his dreams through the vaguity of his descriptions.
We just don't have enough information.
Right. At the moment, there's a green
I'm
eye
gonna
that could
use
count for a
guidance.
lot of gods, like a lot of different creatures.
I'm gonna use guidance and see if Ayun will smile on me and maybe help slim the pass down a wee bit.
Guidance would have been a check, ability to do beforehand. Asking for guidance after you've already been like, oh, I don't know. It's more like asking for her to just tell you what it is. Where if you're like, okay, before I rack my mind on what it may be, let me ask for guidance. Let me ask for it to be pointed in the right direction in my memory before I start actually thinking about it. So for the next time you would make a check like this, keep guidance in mind. You can ask for guidance beforehand, and that'll narrow down your chances. It'll make the DCs easier.
Copy that.
But after the fact, you've already been stumped. You're like, oh, I can't think of it. Maybe if I'm pointing it in the direction, but you've already been stumped.
You already racked your brain.
Right.
Select many things. No. And said with Howell, yeah. After that,
What? Oh, yeah, right. You wanted a
Dead.
chat with Howell. He is in his area.
Thanks for the help, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
anytime, sir. If I find any information, I'll be sure to pass it along to
Yeah,
you,
I wanted to
not to think.
library while we were in town, maybe.
That
That would be a good
is
stop.
the smartest thing you've ever said. And Zed pretends to wipe a tear off his plate mail.
What the fuck? What did I come back on?
Hold on, shh. Yeah, in a moment. And wipes a tear, turns, and walks away.
Yep, pretty fucking much.
I appreciate it.
With a hand as he's walking away.
So, you do arrive in Howell's chamber, his surgery parlor. He seems to be, at this moment, putting things on the shelf so that they won't fall when the ship rocks, especially in a heavy storm. He seems to be, like, moving this surgical tray that attaches to the table. His little, like, rubber band that holds down the scalpel and etc. surgical tools so they don't rock and shift, and he's making sure the bands are placed in the right positions, that they don't shift. Seems to be putting things in order. This is about the 4th or 5th day.
Mr. Howell. Actually, no, Zedicus doesn't say that. Zedicus just knocks.
Are you injured? Please sit on the table. Show me where you got hurt.
Well, no. Not apparently any more than usual. Zedicus Zulzerander. I heard you were the surgeon.
Mr. Thomas Howell.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir. Always appreciate a skilled surgeon.
Any wounds you have during the time we spend together. Please refrain from using any limbs.
Fair enough. Should you find yourself in need of extra hands, I have a long history of practicing medicine. So if you need any assistance, supplies, materials, a second pair of hands, anything, feel free to let me know.
I thank you for the offer.
Anytime. Good day. Before I forget, I plan on going and seeing some people about some interesting case, medical experience or medical cases while we're in town. Would you have any interest in possibly joining me?
We're going to the dock. I think we are heading to southern ports of Hammerfall. There are a few places I need to visit myself. If my work, if I am free, certainly I may join you. You like adjust his tie. There are a few
I'll make
people
sure
I
to
must
leave a
meet.
note. More than fair enough. I just thought, with your expertise,
A couple unique specialty cases I've heard about in my. I have to see for myself. But if my time allows, or the ship sails again, and you still wish me to accompany you on journey, of course I will. I do note
and
that
like
I
I
will
said-
not harm another human being. Take no life, harm no human type scenario, so if it involves hurting people, I'm not your.
Oh no, of course not. These would just be how would one put this? And Zedekis uses air quotes when he says elegantly.
Mind you.
You heal the rich person's cold
No,
and then charge them 1,000 or 100
after
platinum.
adjusting his tie, he finishes buttoning his vest and turns back towards you and flicks his. He has bright blonde hair with one streak of white in it. Flicks it back so it's like super slicked back. Looks at you and goes, "Mind you, I will gladly stand around and even instruct you on the best way to harm another individual while I treat the injuries that you have caused that individual. But I myself will not cause said injuries. Mustn't dirty my own hands, you know.
I can respect that.
It's part of the practice. They call it a hypocritical oath.
Hmm. You can hear the smile in Zed's voice. I've been there once or twice. As he extends a hand to Howell. Good to meet you, sir. And once again, if you need any help, feel free to call upon me.
No harm. That's my patience.
I have
Reconnect their joints. Bust me out for it.
Well, I mean, is their joint reconnected?
Correct.
Is
And they're
it
like,
both
this is the
bendable?
most pain I've ever been in. I wish it was disconnected again. And I'm like, well, if you give me 5 minutes. But that's not the case. You know? Anyway, thank you for the offer. I would love to join you on your expedition if I am allotted free time. I'll keep your offer of help in mind. Time one of the crewmen lose a leg due to a loose rope.
They lose a leg due to a loose rope. It's not due to the loose rope. It's due to a loose eye. Zedekiah says, walking.
Please don't also
out.
remove their eyes. I've had a man take eyes just due to ironic sayings like that.
I meant more along the lines of because they weren't paying attention.
No, there was I met a man. He was told to break a leg, and then he proceeded to break someone's leg. So, you know, try not to use euphemisms that some might take as command.
Zedekiah stops, turns around, looks at Hal, and says, sighs heavily, and says, "You know what? On this ship, you are completely right."
Good talking with you.
Likewise, sir.
Any other
Have a
moments? Any other people? Anybody else would like to talk to? Wow, crickets. Don't
No,
Yeah,
everybody
I
say
was
good.
no
about
at
to make the
once.
noise.
I'm good.
I got all my stuff out.
All right. The ship. Okay.
Vez.
From Umbridge. What do you want?
Vez. I was gonna talk to.
Alright.
I just want to know where you're from. We saved you, you know.
Ooh, I want to
What
stop.
the fuck is up with
Oh,
that
what the-
goofy laugh?
I do that when I'm
I
tired.
want to
Okay?
talk to Scotty.
He said,
Because I have been up since 6 this morning.
well, take a fuck before.
I've been up since
Good
6
feeling.
yesterday.
All right.
Fair.
Your conversation. Go. Amir.
Yeah,
Dak,
no, I know.
talk.
Just pulling out my notes again. If you're looking about for what I used to be, I'd say just a bit northeast of where you picked me up. There was a large forest that was encompassing a mountainside. I lived deeper in the forest with my tribe, and along the mountainside, if I had to, name was Ironoth.
All right. Did you just happen to be on the wrong caravan at the wrong time?
I suppose that is the best way you can be putting it. But the simple fact is, I'm trying to use that caravan in order to get the missive out. I'm still looking for the remaining possible survivors of my tribe. But at the moment, it seems rather bleak.
Maybe we'll run into some in our travels.
Possibly. Now that I think about it, I never really asked from where you were from. I know that Fink rescued you on a boat as well.
Oh yeah, I was a slave. That was all kinds of
Hello, slave.
Slav. Yes, Slav.
Hello, slave.
Slav.
Like,
Yeah.
lay a slave?
Continue.
Or like,
God, stop getting sidetracked.
Fink freed me from my captors, and we survived on sea for a while. That was fun. Not really, but you know.
Sorry, you cut out there. What was that?
I said that was fun. You know, not really, but you know.
Considering I almost became slave myself, I'm glad that at least Fink managed to save you. As he puts a hand out and says, "It's good to be working underneath. Yeah, it's it's good to be working for you, Captain."
I should reach out and shake your hand. Glad you're working. Glad I hired you.
One of you then walks away, or it gets awkward as you just stand there
Awkward.
together.
No, it's awkward silence.
Nice to have you. Nice to be working with you. Awesome. Cool.
Awesome.
Wait.
And then I like awkwardly walked back up to the top.
Bill.
I
Because
mean,
you didn't. Neither of you
I-
walked away. You just stood there. You're like, awesome. Huh?
technically, you're both. Amir works the top deck, so you
Yeah, but you work it like you should be working rigging. Like you're just standing at the railing, like looking out into the ocean next to each other, having a conversation. Conversation ends, and then neither of you go back to work. You just kind of both standing there going, "Yep,
Yup.
just king of the hill. Mm-hmm. Okay.
yep."
But at a point in time, they're just both staring each other down like, I ain't leaving.
It comes that awkward. You hang up first. No, you hang up first.
Exactly.
Hill theme song starts playing.
But if there were
He
no
said it
other,
just walks by. Both you either fuck
if you,
or get back to
if none
work.
of you wish to have any other conversations with one another or any of the
We're
crew
heading
you
towards a
hired,
fucking sand barge. Calico, stop us.
you do dock on the 7th day, late noonish.
Ooh, time for lunch.
And you have arrived in one of the 3 southern ports of Hammerfold.
After I get my makeover and everything like that, and I look like a fairly dwarven fellow, I'm gonna walk up to Zed and pull the necklace that had the key off of my neck and hand it to him and say, I probably won't be following you to wherever the meetup point.
Where will you be going?
I need to track down some information. You gotta take this key or not.
Oh, yes. Zericus takes it.
Okay. I'm gonna be going to find some information out on the blood carvers. So I'm probably gonna be going a couple districts down. See if I can find any. Although it might be useful to try and find something ours around here for right now. I look over
Knowing that you've been in this region before, travel between districts can sometimes take days.
how far would the Carver district be?
It's 2 districts. There's a middle district that divides the 2 districts you are currently at. There's the central southern district, and then there's the western southern district that you are trying to get to. You are in the eastern southern district. These districts have names. You've just forgotten them over the time. And their names change by who is currently running them. This district, the southeastern district at the moment, is being run by an individual that you do not know. You have been here once before. You may have met this individual, but you just don't remember. It was a long time ago, early in the Carver crew, before him and the Deep Sea crew had this agreement that prevented him from ever coming back to this district, because this district is where Hersey is, So he would have to sail through her sea to get to district. Bad for him. The travel between districts often requires paperwork. And travel between districts can often take days. From this district to either the central southern district or one of the northern districts would take about a day and a half's time. And anywhere north requires paperwork. You travel through the 3 southern districts without papers, but the northern districts require you to have papers because they just don't let scum from the southern districts up north without paperwork. But from the docks of the southern district, it takes about a day and a half to the walls of the district of the southeastern quarter and a southeastern quadrant. It takes about a day and a half from the docks. A very large city. Like cramped, no real thoroughfares. It's a real like rat's nest.
Well,
The dock where we are now.
well,
Yes, the southern districts of the city. There's the slums. They're the low rent criminal financial district.
I'll be checking out the bar around here for a while, but after that,
And knowing how privateers, as we've been calling them, work, checking with the deep sea crew, as long as nobody finds out that you are or were with that crew, their enemies are probably the people that know the most about them.
I agree, but I'm trying to figure out whether or not Carver's crew themselves, his fleet, as to say, know about the.
You did see a Carver flag in this port.
I know, that's why I'm going to check the local tavern, see if I can find anybody from the crew.
Before you head out,
Not only that. One moment. Not only that, but I'm coming up slowly with a plan to steal their galley.
You've docked. You're about to weigh ink and tie to port, and you hear a clanging of a bell. Clang, 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 clang. Hello! Hey! Hello! Clang, clang,
Hello?
clang, clang.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm the dock master. You need pay. You need to speak to your captain, your first mate, whomever.
That would be me.
I'm gonna need your papers. I'm like 10 minutes of your time.
And I grab my papers and think, would you like first mate? As I'm like, first, catch myself in the F, first mate?
I think you should probably be doing this. You're probably gonna need to learn for future.
Yeah, well, I figured I'd bring you with, so if I'm not available, you also know.
I'll go with you. I've done this many times for my other captain.
And you told me to watch the name drops.
Hey, you dropped that. You want to pick it back up?
Yes, please.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, here you go. You dropped that.
So, Zed
hold
says
on. I
to
got it.
think. Zed says to think before they leave. By the way, I'm going to be calling you one eye.
You just see the dock master with the sunburn in his movie?
I actually like that.
Mostly so that way I don't forget and call you something.
Is the entire crew above deck currently?
No, Howell is not.
I'm not.
Just Howell and Richter, I suppose, are the two that are not above Duke.
Okay. I look at the rest of the people after Zed says the thing and say, we'll probably be weighing anchor for 4 days to a week. So just tell everybody below deck that's currently there. I believe that's only Howl and Richter.
I'm taking a last-minute kitchen inventory. You know,
I'll
trying to
come
figure out
back in
what
a
else we need.
days. I've got some research in. The rest of you, don't mention my
Gangplank, are you coming down?
One moment. Just talking to the crew.
Oh. Start head.
Just putting you on a little bit of a timer, giving you that little bit of pressure.
I give Zed a come down here real quick.
And I follow.
Zed, I need you to tell the rest of the crew while me and Calico are away not to mention that I was on the ship or how I look. Especially around the port. I'm not sure if certain things have gone down the way that I think they have, so I need to... How things in the other parts going. And after that, I'll walk towards Calico and walk towards the gangplank.
Before you do, Vez grabs your shoulder real quick and he says, before I forget, can you at least point me in the correct direction when I'm looking for the bounties a little bit later on?
Well, if you want the place that I know, you'd be following me. But there's probably a hunting lodge you can find around here pretty easily. I know the deep sea are fairly commoditative, if you catch my drift.
Side of town's a commodity.
Alright. And I'll be taking your advice, so I'll make sure to be picking up someone along with me.
I would say you
after-
don't really need to worry too much about the deep. Go into any other district, you might find yourself in a bit of a sticky situation.
While out on the ocean, while navigating, Magenta had more clothes on than when you met her when she was in the bar. She had like a proper coat, buttoned up, proper pants, etc. When the ship was docking and she was no longer needed to navigate, she vanished into her room for several minutes. Now back on the deck, she is dressed in her very loose-fitting, robe-like, toga-esque clothing. More comfortable to get hammered in.
Been comfortable around these ports before.
That's what I like to.
Can we call it a hoga?
When you're drunk, you want to be comfy. When you're sober and navigating,
You want to
wear
be
clothes.
comfortable at all times.
You know, I can't fault you for any of your reasons. Actually, it's a good way of living.
What kind of materials are we low on?
At the
in the
moment,
kitchen?
Ale.
you're low on fresh meats because of your 5-day journey has taken a lot of the fresh meat you have. You've cooked it, you've salted and preserved it. So a lot of the fresh meat, your fresh meat reserve is low.
Okay.
Not like you're out, but I'd say there's only a couple days of fresh meat left. But you are now at a dock. So how much eating on the ship are you going to do? But always remember before you set sail again to, as the cook, tell your captain that, you know, you need, etc. Tell your first mate that, hey, I'm going to need some money for the reserves because we have no fresh meat before we're leaving. And then the first mate can be like, right, we're leaving for this many days. Here's the gold. Go get us that fresh meat and veggie that we need. So, arriving at dock, you don't necessarily need to worry about what you have because consider anything fresh you have arriving at dock, especially if you're staying at that dock for more than a day. Consider anything fresh you have to be gone. Anything fresh you have will be turned into jerky or turned into something to be preserved later. Because you're at a dock, you can get food from the dock.
Right.
Not like the dock itself, but there are like inns and bars and
Not the
there
dock
are even
itself.
restaurants in certain cities. There are
You know,
places
because you
of
dock
feast.
and they just pump fresh meat into your
Yeah.
vessel.
The fill-up stations.
Holy fuck! That's basically what they do with
So,
fish. Like
Every
sea
time
fish.
we go into dock, I should always make jerky if we're staying for more than one day.
Well, every time you've arrived in dock, it's not that you make jerky. It's just whatever your. Because not all the fresh meat you have can be jerkied. Jerky is specific strips of meat. You know, you can't just jerkify
Right.
every piece of
You
the
can't
cow.
just make a steak into a giant jerky strip.
Right. So.
Actually, you
um,
can. That's one of the ones you can. Just saying.
Right.
Sorry.
This factual.
Bad example.
Bad
Bad example. Sorry, I was just being factual.
Steak was the wrong choice, right?
Look,
You can't take
I've
it.
done this
You
before.
can't take the ground beef you
that
have.
is one thing I don't know much about
Look,
is making jerky.
You can't take the ground
And
beef
it's
and turn it into
so
jerky.
good. That's true. You
Right.
cannot.
So your
Yeah, that
ground
makes
sense.
beef.
Steak
So you
jerky
got
is
some fresh
fucking
salted
good.
ground beef that you were gonna make in a meal if we spent a couple more days on sea, but now we're at port. Yeah, you can still make that meal, and yeah, maybe people come to the ship to eat. Maybe Howell, he doesn't leave the ship often unless there's medical work to be done. You know, people that are still on the ship still need to eat, but others who can afford it can go to places that can and pay for food that isn't on the ship. Food that may involve local delicacy or local cuisine.
Or
And then when
being
you
handed
leave,
to
you always,
by a
as the
big
ship's cook, should remember, so write it in your notes somewhere, when you leave a port, always remember to try and pick up, not only restock food, but pick up local cuisine, local resources, local, especially at higher levels for clerics, they can make food. So you need to pick up local spices and things to make your shitty food taste better.
Yes.
You can just create food and water, but it's bland. It has crap flavor. It sucks. But if you season it with some nice oregano, a little
It's not as
bit of
bad
peppercorn.
as like,
Oh my god, some oregano and peppercorn on a nice grilled steak.
It's still, even if it's just tastes
getting
like
hungry.
nothing, it's still
Anyway.
not as bad as like eating a Russian fucking ration
Right.
that tastes like absolute ass.
So you've arrived at the dock.
Hey, ass is protein, comrade.
These two, the captain and first mate, go down
Well-
and talk to the harbor master here for a good, I don't know, how long is this conversation? Welcome. As he kind of like adjusts his hat, pulls out a pen from his pocket. Papers.
I hand the ship papers.
I point to Calico.
As he's reading the papers, your name, sir?
Calico Jack.
That's correct. Looks at the bag. Looks at the name on your ship. Also correct. Okay. Things seem to be in order here. It'll be a docking fee of 3 gold a day.
I will give him 21 gold.
He counts it, puts it in a coin pouch, hands you your papers back, signs your name onto this like scroll page he has, puts the scroll page back into his belt, shakes your hand. Welcome to. Pulling out my notes so I don't get it wrong.
Side note: Emir makes his way down
New
the
Haven.
gangplank to New Haven.
And Zed walks around and makes sure no one uses dumbass's name. And tells them all to call him One Eye. Willie. Zed specifically says to call him One Eye Willie.
When he says New Haven, you're reminded, Fink, of the district you used to hang out with when you were a carver. Was called Old Haven.
Yep.
So is that all I need for the rest of the stuff? Just fresh meats, spices.
Well,
Local
every time
stuff.
you set sail, you have to find out how many days you're going to be on the ocean, and then buy food for that amount. And any price you pay for said food will be reimbursed by the ship fund.
Okay.
On that note, I will wave goodbye to the crew in Calico and go to the if I know of it, where the Deep Sea hang out and drink their tavern.
It's kind of like one of those weird moments because as the shipwright says that, as the harbor master says, you're free to go. Welcome to New Haven. Don't break any of our laws. He doesn't tell you the laws. He turns and walks away.
Before he walks away, Amir tries to get his attention.
You're actually coming down the gangplank. He only talked to Jack and.
Yeah.
I said earlier before they finished talking, Amir made his way down.
As you're making your way down, there are these two large individuals who helped line up the gangplank, dock workers that work for the harbor master, who prevent anyone else from leaving the gangplank until he has talked to the captain about papers. There are these two hulking individuals that stop you on the gangplank. They stop Adder and Magenta. They stop Mamoon. They stop yourself, and they stop Zed. You are all like lined up on the gangplank, and these two huge individuals, these bulky motherfuckers, are just standing at the end of the gangplank, preventing you from coming off. Because if something's wrong with the papers, they can't have you just running into the city.
Fair enough.
It's like if you were flying a plane yourself and landed in an airport with people on board. They need to make sure that you're not terrorists.
Right, they're going to talk to the pilot before they let off the private, passengers that the pilot has flown here. So
fair enough.
When the pilot lands, the pilot gets out and talks to the people at airport security. The private passengers have to just kind of wait. And only
I'm going to carry my barrel.
Only once the harbor master turns and says, "Welcome to New Haven. Don't break any of our laws." He turns and walks about. Does the two large individuals kind of part ways? They're like almost opening a door for everybody on the gangplank.
As they are currently in front of Emir, he looks to them and asks, "By chance, do either of you know the closest hunting lodge in the area?"
See, they're starting to like pick up barrels and stuff, like move empty crates out of the way of your gangplank in case you need to move crates yourself on. What? Why would we? No, we're working. He starts to shift some crates over. Help me with this one. This one's full.
Zedicus leans down and says, "This is how you ask people." Pulls out 2 gold. "Excuse me, my good sir."
The man's helping the other man lift the full crate and goes, "Oh, fuck you, asshole! What's up?"
As I come over and assist with a third hand, with my other hand.
Thank you. That guy's a dick.
Not a problem.
Just put it right
I
here.
assist them putting that down and getting the next one. Do any of you happen to know of the richest family in town and the best bar in town?
Well, in this district of town, you'd be looking for the proper. I'd hate to get the name wrong. I have to correct myself later. God, I never correct myself. I just change it.
Make us insult the richest family.
No, Zed's Zed is smarter than all of you. Fuck off.
I grab my barrel of honey and move towards the deck.
Hey, you're welcome for that, by the way. Zed, gee, got your back.
Yeah, that was pretty smart of you, actually. I didn't know it could make honey.
Yeah, Zed's fucking genius.
They call him
That's
Onyx
why he stopped and calls you all dumbasses. Onyx Shadow?
Yeah, Onyx. He is known as the
Let me
Onyx
make a note of that.
This district isn't exactly run by like a rich family like the other districts up north. Haven itself, lifting another barrel. They're run by like 6
I assist
different
them
families.
with all of them. As he's telling me this, I assist them with
you assist
these
with the work, and they're just moving crates away from the gangplank that you have just, they just set for you guys, so that when you move cargo onto your or off of your ship, you don't have to fuss with the stuff that's already on the dock. They're just clearing the way for your future moving of your cargo. There was already existing crates in this spot. Come by, their job is to move those crates away.
I got you. I'm just assisting them
Yeah,
while they're
and
giving me
they
this very
appreciate
useful
it.
information.
And
That's why they're giving me really good information.
the
Makes
southern
sense.
districts aren't run by families; they're run by gang leaders. Current gang leader that runs New Haven is Onyx, the Onyx Shadow.
Excellent to know, my good friend. Thank you kindly. What is the fate, or what is the best bar you would have to say, or the most expensive bar in town would be, or inn
Best inn in town.
nearby?
I personally like the Smiling Dancer. And you see here a bunch of other dock workers around, like, yeah, I love that place. Yeah, it's like preferred for us dock hands, I guess, but I wouldn't exactly call it the nicest. Places I wouldn't go.
Definitely sounds like a place I would much rather be. However, I'm looking for a certain
The Weary Nymph.
clientele bit. The weary nymph?
Yep, the Weary Nymph.
You say?
Some like real rich folk. Those rich folk from Haven that think they're tough, so they come down to New or Old Haven with a bunch of thugs. And they're like, yeah, my hired security will fuck you up. Those type of fuckers, yeah. They stay at the Weary. That's the place you want to go if you're looking for that.
Fuckers. If
That
we
sounds
were
like a
children
place
to
I should
rob
go
them.
with. It sounds like a place I should go with Mamoon.
So, curiosity, are we within earshot of this conversation, or are they coming in and out since they're moving
No,
all
at
this
this,
stuff?
they're like, are you just standing at the dock? Because you've been let
No,
off the gangplank.
Emir took a cue off of Zen, and he would help the other dock,
So
the dock worker.
he'd be coming in and out of shot while you're talking to whatever dock worker you're trying to get your information out of.
I'm just waiting for these two, because Fink won't have to go do his own thing. So
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
so Calico's still around?
As you wave and turn to walk off, you're almost frozen as you see something you didn't expect. And we'll get back to that.
Fuck.
We'll get back to that in a moment.
So Calico's still around, right?
yeah, I'm waiting.
Calico is still out there. Yeah, he's standing next to Fink. Takes 2 steps and kind of like almost frozen in shock.
I'll carry my barrel down and speak with Calico.
It's like he was waving his hand back to you all, like he had one arm up, and he was like giving the 2-finger hand behind the back kind of shrug off wave, and his hand just stops. Well, as if in slow motion, his hand slowly falls to his side. As you guys are doing your shtick, you go up to Jack, Richter.
Yeah. Yep.
Amir, you were helping move some crates. You have any questions for the dock worker you are assisting? As this is the way to get a dock worker to talk to you, is to aid them in their work or just pay.
Fair point. By chance, do you know any of the local hunting lodges?
The Onyx likes to keep the Wounded Archer likes to keep a collection of great individuals, renowned skill and whatnot. I don't know how much hunting they do, but he's got a lot of skins.
Sure, do a lot of boasting.
Couple heads on the walls and shit like that. It's kind of a rough place though. Kind of like a dick measuring contest around every corner, if you know what I mean.
I'm quite used to that from my village. Do you know any others by chance?
A little different here. No, in this district, Onyx likes to keep his areas. There were a few others around here. Onyx closed them down and took control. He likes to keep his affairs singularly organized.
I blame him.
Mm-hmm. Chance, what
Zedicus
do you
asks
know?
if...
Go ahead.
I was going to say,
You already
Zedicus asked if
started.
they know if there's any libraries nearby. I just thought you were at a pause, so I just figured I'd fill one in what you were thinking.
Well, in that moment where Zed is thinking and pausing, that's the perfect time for you to talk. So
Yeah. So, you asking your deckhand or
The
your
dockhand.
dockworker? What are you asking?
If they know where there's any libraries or places where you can acquire books or knowledge.
Looking at this guy, don't think he or even knows how.
Fair enough. Just thought he might have heard.
No.
Maybe his mother likes to read poems, and occasionally he goes in, asks the clerk which one would his mother like, and buys it for her. I don't know.
My mother killed my father, killed my brother, and attempted to strangle me to death before, city guard came in and slaughtered her in front of me. I don't know if she liked to read, though. She might have.
That's horrible. Sorry for that. Well, I very much appreciate the information. Here's a few gold. Buy a few rounds of ale on me tonight.
Hey, sweet. You hear one buddy come over and says, hey, you owe me a couple rounds of ale, remember? Yeah, shut up. Let's finish working. And he pockets the coin.
And I flick him another gold.
Viz also gives him 2 pieces of gold as he did supply him with information in the.
Yeah, there is a hunting lodge where you can, if you have an offering, you can stay the night. Nice pelt, a large trophy, sorts. A trophy of a certain heir will award you room and board for at least a certain amount of time in the Wounded Archer.
This information wasn't conveyed to
No,
Fez, was it?
no. That information.
Okay, just making sure.
He doesn't know that much because he's not a hunter. He doesn't go there.
Yeah,
But
at
I'm
best,
just like,
if
world lore here. I'm just like sprinkling a little on there for you.
good to know. Didn't want to metagame by.
No, yeah. Your character doesn't know, but I'm
Underground.
sprinkling a little on there for the player, just to tantalize you.
Nah.
Yeah.
But Calico, I'm gonna need some coin before we ship off next, just to fill the provisions for the kitchen.
See a man in a long brown coat, like a rapier on his hip, some kind of lute or villain on his back, blonde hair, parted on the left, mark on his face. You recognize it. I'm speaking to Fink. Like that.
Oh yeah, no, I knew who you were speaking to the second you took a serious voice.
He's leant up against the wall on the nearest building, as almost as if he was walking past, saw, and recognized instantly, and now has crossed his arms, but has softly pressed his back where his lute would be, up against the wall, and is now standing just at this, almost where the road you were going to walk down continues into the city. He is on the building just adjacent to them. Right to the your right of the road, his left. The road is to his left. The road, so he is just in front of you. You are frozen in shock. You remember him as the musician or the man of war, piloted by Carver himself.
Oh fuck!
The delightfully charming, ever-present, knowledgeable bard of the crew.
Kill this nigga before he rats you out.
Bard of lore.
Smiling, slowly starts to take steps towards you. You can hear the commotion, you can hear the conversations of the crewmates in the background, but your heart's pounding, the adrenaline's got you in that just shock.
I look
Tips of your fingers
back
tingle
behind.
a little.
I slowly turn back behind me, just the head, to get a view of my crewmates.
You
And I look in
see
front of me.
Richter walk just up to Jack and have a conversation a few feet behind you.
And I look in front of me. Back. How far away is he?
Closing quickly, he's about 10 feet away.
I'll close the gap to him.
Take another
Trying to get
5
further
feet
away
forward.
from my crewmate.
With a large and boisterous gesture, but reaches out, grabs your shoulder, spins you around to face your crew. So his arm is like draped over your shoulder. Hey, buddy, old pal. It's been so long, hasn't it, Jasper? Introduce me to your friends.
Do I hear this?
I'm not entirely sure that.
Oh, come on, with that singular eye and undistinguishable voice, there's no way I'd have the wrong guy, right?
I'm really not sure who you're talking about.
I've actually found the art I was looking for. Let me go to NPC art. And
I wait for this.
this is the man you all see.
Do I hear any of this?
You just pick up your eye patch. I have two
No.
eyes.
Yes, he is now facing he's speaking aloud, so Jack, Richter, and the rest of you can hear him.
Hi.
Magenta and Adder just kind of walk past the two of you, and they're like, "Yeah, nice to meet you. Have fun." Adder's like, "That doesn't seem normal. Are you sure they're okay?" And Adder actually stops about 3 feet behind the guy as he looks back to point at the man. Adder seems to stop. He's like,
Other than his rapier, do I see any other
Magenta doesn't. She just walks off, leaves Adder.
Do I see any other weaponry on him?
No.
Did he leave his
Does he seem
on the
hostile?
wall?
No, it's hanging on his back.
Okay, then just curious.
He has a smile, charming smile, a glint in his eye.
You see Fink bring up one hand, pinch his nose, and go, I guess I can't really be fooling you of all.
Clearly, we should talk. Introduce me to your friends.
I don't think that one's a good idea, but I'll agree to the talk.
I insist.
Is there a sharp point at my back?
No, he's not. It's so far not threatening you, or not physically threatening.
He's trying to keep
His tone may sound otherwise.
Are there any little pebbles or rocks or things like that laying around by chance anywhere?
There are a few like real tiny stones.
Can I pick up 3 of them?
You scoop up a couple stones.
And I'm gonna magic stone them. I'm gonna wait.
Throw some magic rocks at this guy.
No. I'm not gonna throw them yet. I'm just
Oh.
gonna pick them up.
I thought you said you were gonna magic stone him.
No. I'm gonna pick them up and hit. I'm gonna touch the rocks and
Dude, I
use
want to get
magic
magic stoned.
That would have made
that would be great, wouldn't it?
so much better.
All right, sorry. Yes, but please, Joseph, introduce me to your friends. I knew this guy back before he lost his eye.
I never thought a sweet little kid like you would have turned out as honestly
He reaches his
menacing
hand
as you
forward
are right
towards,
now.
He reaches his hand forward towards Jack. Casper, I'm an old friend of Joseph's. What's your name?
I reach out with my right hand. Calico Jack.
Nice to meet you, Calico. You got a
Nice to meet
fine
you.
looking ship.
I'm
Thank
standing
you.
right next
What
to
was your
him.
name again?
Casper.
Casper. Nice to meet you.
Casper Fairbrook.
And I just kind of glance at Fink.
You know Casper's
You-
alive,
you
but
see-
Fairbrook's
you
his
see him-
actual last name.
You see Fink with the most forced smile you've ever seen on a human being.
Oh yeah,
Or not on a
Fink
human
does
being, but
not
just on
look like any of this is comfortable to him. He then
No, he's smiling way too wide. It's almost like
he
his
then turns
teeth
his
are
grip
rounding
from
together.
Jax to Richter, who's standing next to him. Who are you?
Richter's turn. I kind of give it like a half smile and shake his hand.
Wonderful to
strong.
meet you. How long have you
Strongly.
known my friend here? His grip's not like overly impressive. He's like, oh, tight grip you got there. I bet you're a wonderful deckhand.
Would he?
I'm
recognize
actually
me
the
too,
chef.
Oh,
by chance.
better to hold those pots with, yeah? What do you want?
Yeah, you could say that.
Would he
No.
recognize me too? Because I was on the. Maybe he doesn't remember a slave, but
No, because he wouldn't have been one of the people that, carried the slaves.
Jack, actually, you now recognize.
I'm actually still
his,
carrying that barrel on my shoulder as
You
well.
now recognize his voice. It took a bit, but this voice was singing wonderful songs the entire time you were on the Carver ship. Beautiful music.
oh, fuck.
You would even briefly remember that on more than one occasion that music seemed to calm everyone.
So he's a bard.
I've known him for some time.
Nice, yeah. I mean, I stopped talking to him a few years ago. There was a falling out between a couple of us. It was a big thing.
Hey, why don't we go to the local bar and talk about this in a little more private, won't we?
I would
I
love
chime in.
that. In fact, on
I
my
chime in
tab,
with-
why don't your crew come? I'll pay for you all. We can all go have some drinks, chat about how we know one another, and discuss things.
I've got a delivery to
no.
make.
Yeah,
I'll meet you
this-
thereafter. What's the bar name?
Chuckles.
Rez just looks up to Zed and is like,
I gave you the names of the 2 inns in the hunting lodge. I didn't give you the name of the bars yet.
I'm gonna give.
You give us the weary nymph and the smiling
Dancer.
something. I forgot. Dancer.
Smiling Dancer and the Weary Nymph are the inns in town.
I wrote the weary nymph.
The Wounded Archer is the hunting lodge, and there are 3 bars in town: a scum bar, a working class bar, and then the bar for the overly paid.
what was the
I am
first name
going
again?
to.
The Smiling Dancer, the middle class working man's inn. Also where scum sleep.
Okay, good to know. And the first one?
I haven't been here yet.
What first one?
You said there were 2 in Smiling. Well, there's one before Smiling Dancer.
Well, in fairness, Amir doesn't know this, but for the player notes,
Okay.
the information, and you'll probably talk amongst yourselves, like you'll probably like tell each other the information you've learned. So, for player notes, for all of you, so everybody take a note in case you wish to have these notes. There are 2 inns in town. There is the middle class. It is far less expensive. Hardworking individuals stay there, and it is called the Smiling Dancer. The upper rent must pay like 50 gold a night per room. Upper crust, rich ass pieces of shit. They stay in the Weary Nymph. Those are the 2 inns known in the southeastern district of Hammerfold, known as New Haven. Also in New Haven is the One Hunting Lodge, where the new owner of New Haven, the new owner of New Haven. I know it's hard to say that. New.
Nunu.
Yeah, the new owner.
New, not the old new.
Right. Well, not the new old. My issue, because I want to say the new owner of old, but it's the new owner of new, which is again, it's me beginning a little sidetracked. The hunting lodge that he has made a singular hunting lodge is called the Wounded Archer. The bar, one of the bars is called the Drunken Guru.
Drunken Guru. Okay.
But Emir looks to Zed as he's the most level-headed one of the group and just looks at this. He's gonna stay silent for now and follow the guy because he knows something up, but he doesn't know.
Zed very, very quietly whispers, "Yes, because I cannot see anyway."
The Lively Drunk is the name of the second bar.
Emir was silent. He just looked at you like, huh.
And the Confused Kitty.
Yep, and
is the name of the last bar.
The Confused Kitty?
The Confused Kitty.
That's great.
It's a gay bar, isn't it?
No.
Sounds like a place for
Yeah, it sounds like a gay bar.
sounded like Fork's kind of place.
It is actually the most expensive. They went in that order. Everybody remembers the names of the establishment given to you?
What was the second part?
Lively Drunk.
Yep.
Okay.
And then the Drunken Kitty was the third.
No,
Confused
Kitty,
Confused
Drunken Guru, and Lively Drunk.
Yeah, Confused Kitty. Sorry.
Yeah. Drunken Guru, Lively Drunk. Right?
Confused Kitty.
Yep.
Yeah, Confused Kitty.
But yeah, I have a
Listening.
delivery to make, so which bar? What's the bar name?
Oh, well, I'd pay for us to all have a nice sit down at the Confused Kitty.
Oh, wonderful.
But
I'll
I don't think my friend Jasper here is that kind of atmosphere. I think Jasper was looking for more of a lively drunk atmosphere.
I'd say you're more correct.
Didn't I tell you I knew this guy? Come on, I'll pay for a private booth at the Lively Drunk. Any of your crew who wish to come are invited.
Before he can walk away,
He's got his arm around your shoulder, like he's
okay. Yeah, no, I before we even turn around, I glare sideways at him and I go, "So what's a man like you doing in this specific district? Better question, why am I seeing the crew of some of my old patrons? A ship that I ain't never seen."
As we're walking away, I'm
I
like,
would
"Hey,
love
Mamoon, you want
to
to?"
explain that further. And Magenta went to walk away, and she heard that there was free drinks on some fella, and she is now she's at the corner that he was standing at, and she's got her back to the wall, waiting for you guys to turn around. She's like, "Drinks, huh?"
I'm gonna shout out, "Hey, Mamoon, you want some drinks?"
He doesn't even take the gangplank. He run and jumps from the deck of the ship, and she's like, "Ugh! Yo, I'm down to drink."
I head
Just
into
lands on
town.
his fists like a gorilla.
No, he does not hero landing. It's so bad on the knees.
Just fucking DK's bullshit.
I head into town to sell the honey and get a couple of other things, and then drop them at the ship, and then go to the bar.
Well, he'll be a while what he needs. Shall we go?
Crickets?
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah, I ate some food.
It is a bit of a walk, Following you is Adder Magenta Mamoon. Scotty stayed on the ship to do some stuff with Mr. Howell. And I don't know what else. Any of the crew split off?
I do.
Richter went to go sell his honey. Sorry.
You what?
I split off to sell honey and get a couple of other things.
Zed was saying something too.
Zed's following them because bad things are about to happen.
Yeah, as
Gotcha.
is Amir. He knew something was up with the situation. He just couldn't tell what.
I'm gonna push Mamoon ahead of us, and I'm gonna step back and talk to Richter and Zed really quick.
So you stop me before I walk off?
I'm sorry, Zed and Vez. Sorry,
Fair enough.
the two that are walking with us.
Okay, what do you wish to speak to them about?
I'm just whispering to them to be careful because I recognize his voice from when I was a slave on that ship.
Yeah, it's obviously a bard. Who else has such kind words? Watch yourself, and if he draws a weapon, kill him immediately.
Yeah, his voice was very soothing. Even in the
And by a
conditions that I was
weapon,
in.
when I'm talking about bard, I mean any instrument.
Yeah, and I tell you, when I was on the ship, his voice, his songs were calming, even in the conditions that I was in. It's kind of weird.
That's what a bard does. Not
Yes,
Wait,
I
what
know.
are you? Wait, what are you two talking about? What do you mean his
Um,
instrument?
Just be careful. Try not to listen to his
and
songs.
if he pulls out an instrument, get ready to attack.
Okay. Take your word for
And
it, considering our first mate's disposition about this.
yeah, and then I'm gonna go scoot back up in front of you after we're done talking.
As you guys are finishing that, you hear you probably overhear Fink and Casper talking a little bit. Fink sounding barely contained rage. Him probably sounding very amused. Something like
Yeah, let's roleplay it.
you know, I never thought a boy like you would grow up into quite the man you look like today.
I know I look great. It's amazing how I haven't taken any facial injuries after some of the things we went through, huh?
I know. What were you back in the day? One of the cabin boys, if I remember?
Yeah, back in those days. Yeah, those days were, they were fun. I remember you and the captain used to be best buddies.
Used to try and outdrink each other. Hell of a game we had.
Yeah. Good old days, though, huh? Things change, people grow and change. Look at you. Look at me. Look at everything that's happened,
State that we're in now. Oh, how waves change in the ocean.
Yeah. Oh, how easily the tables turn, right?
I know what you mean.
Takes a bit of time and a bit of walking. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Any questions you'd like to ask?
I think we got it. I think we got it out of our systems.
Well, any questions you'd like to ask?
Not until we get to the fucking bar.
Okay. You do get there. you see a lot of deep sea crew. They're blue, they're thick cobalt blue clothes. Almost smatter the inside of even the interior decorations of the Lively Drunk are painted same color of the cobalt flags of the deep sea crew. This bar seems to be patroned by our crew quite frequently.
You hear me mutter, changed the last time I seen it. Not as much blood on the wall.
Well, there's still time. Come, I've bought us a private seat, and he throws a couple gold down on the bar. Drinks. We'll be back here. Gets to a booth, still arm around your shoulder, and there are 4 people sitting at it. I'm going to need you to leave. They look up. Of course, sir. And they get up and leave. 4 people wearing cobalt colors.
No, I never thought that.
Please, sit. Slides you into one end of the bar, to one end of the booth. And then he sits in the other end. So you're facing one another.
Oh, I know. I know what's about to go down. I never thought you'd be another one like me.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, last time I checked, deep sea wouldn't expect any one of us.
Yeah, thanks to certain events that transpired, I'm no longer one of you.
You act as if I am.
Aren't you? Aren't you here with her? That cow bitch? He grips his rapier. Are you laughing at me now? You get me disowned by the crew by freeing slaves and getting it pinned on me? You and that little cunt get promoted. I don't see either of you for months. And now you show up here? In safe grounds.
You think I pinned it on you?
I don't think you pinned it on me. I got beaten for weeks because they blamed me.
Well, I'm sorry for any transgression, but I was fucked out of my fair share of the reward.
So you
and I decided to take matters into my own hand.
What about the 5 or 6 of us who are loyal to you? Huh? Iron Eye? What about us? What about your friends on that ship? What do you think happened to us when Carver found out what you did?
As far as I knew, that
What's up,
life
your
was
dicks?
behind me. I never thought that I'd see another one of you again.
Yeah, Jade and Jasper are dead. I watched them die in front of me.
At the names and the fact that they're dead, Fink grabs him by the scruff of the neck, pulls him in close, looks him dead in the eyes, and says, "What?"
Yeah, they cut their throats in front of me. I wouldn't talk because I didn't have anything to say because I didn't do it.
You're telling me Jasper, of all people, was killed by Carver?
Anyone who claimed to be loyal to you, anybody who showed you allegiance in the past, anybody who was friends with dear old Fink got punished. And those who didn't talk or fess up, yeah, they got punished the worst.
I let go of his shirt, sit back.
As you sit back, you can see everyone in the bar kind of stop their conversation, were staring at you as you were clutching his shirt. So, I managed to escape. I gave a lot, real good information to a certain powerful woman. Now, he fixes his shirt. Now I'm no longer some pushover bard in a ship that can be bossed around by some fucking sea cows. Now, you're in my house. I work in this city. I work for Onyx.
Well, definitely already see that. But the information given, I think I may need to put my plan to action a little bit soon.
The rest of us, the other three, started thinking this was all some kind of ploy, root out in loyalty, however. We thought you sold us out. Why would you play us like that?
Let me say this. Never meant to betray but I won't say that my actions I took were the best that I could. Especially for Jasper's sake.
Is it just me or is Bolt breaking in and out?
A little bit.
Let me put the mic a bit closer. Especially for Jasper's sake.
It didn't.
No.
Got it like a fish. So, spent the last year of my life devoted to fucking over that horn shit. And I've done a fair good job at it. So well that the bitch of the sea is, whatever her name. I don't know if you met her on your way. Rolls the docks out. She introduced me to Onyx.
Yes.
And, well, with a little information, Onyx managed to overthrow the current leadership. Raven, and for the last 7 months, we've been running this place. A well-oiled machine. Then her ship shows up under sanctions with paperwork that says she's free to travel. And then you show up a day later.
Day? Do you have any idea how long she's staying in this port?
Her business isn't with me, and as far as I know, she doesn't know that I'm here. Keep it that way. When I saw you, as I was taking surveillance on her ship, couldn't help but say hello. Especially for and he like gestures to like back pain. Especially for some of the scars I received during your accident. There was a stinging sensation telling me I had to say hello again.
Well, I'm sorry for what happened. Yeah. But the only way I can repay that now is by doing something that I thought of doing, but may be it a little bit too crazy. I was thinking of taking that galleon from underneath her nose.
She has her loyalist crew aboard. 6 individuals loyal to her and claimed her name over yours. They're aboard that ship. She has wandered somewhere into town upon papers in a meeting. 2 thugs I've never seen before. 1 actual ogre. Like 1,200-pound huge, 12.5 feet tall, not 12, like 8.5 feet tall, that ogre.
Never met anything that survives being beaten. Yes.
And some shifty, tiny little halfling.
Moon.
Oh,
you could take on an ogre, right?
But that's as far as my surveillance ended. Or I lost her somewhere in the city. Nobody can tell me where she went. Assume it's out of fear of who she's meeting rather than fear of her crew. I've done my best to Lero, the Carver's infant. In fact, he no longer controls the ports outside of Old Haven. He is one of the 5 lords that is struggling for.
So, I thought I.
And as he says like certain words mentioning Carver to try and almost as if his eyes are testing your loyalty.
You might want to leave and come back because you are cutting out real bad.
Sorry, I'll be back in a second.
Had to do the same thing.
Quick
My
question.
internet
How's that?
actually
Any
crashed
better?
Yeah.
significantly.
Okay.
How long would it take for me to do the errand and then go to the ship and then go to the bar?
Do what errand? What are you attempting to do?
Sell the honey and get some jars and stuff. Some better storage.
Give me a second. Finishing the moment. Every time he mentioned Carver or the old crew, his eyes seem to scan you for almost fluctuations, any infidelities. If you react to the
Just barely hidden rage. That is the only thing that is capable on my face anytime he speaks of Carver or any of the old crew that turned against me.
Well, he's specifically looking for anything when he's like, yeah, I've spent my days fucking him over. I've killed a few of those bastards that betrayed me.
Good.
I cut down their roots and Carver's struggling now. Looking for like, right, he's looking for moments where you're like, how dare you betray Carver?
Well,
Trying to
Does it
test
seem like
your
he's lying at
disloyalty.
all?
Roll insight.
If this thing would load. A 20. Modified 20.
No, he seems to be fairly honest.
Yeah. I look back to him and I say,
so the rumors, and I air quote rumors, that I've heard here and there about Carver losing power are true. Interesting.
Well, I wouldn't specifically say my doing. There is another side. But yes, some have gone through their work, put in their time and effort to make sure that bastard gets what he deserves.
Interesting. Well, I do have to say one thing. I think I know why she's at this port.
Love to hear why you think that is. As he turns and looks at your crew. And you, silent observers, any thoughts?
Many.
Just listening.
Vez just puts his hands up. To be fair, this is my first long distance trip on a boat. I am new to much of this.
Sitting in a bar having conversations? That has nothing to do with sailing on a boat.
I think what he means is his first time around people like you and I.
That would make more sense. He does seem the upper class type.
Elves, am I right?
Fucking knife ears.
Bring us more alcohol.
I just chime up.
He
Fucking
kind of
knife
like
ears.
sits back and relaxes a little. Takes his mandolin.
Calico, can you
He
fucking
draws
talk?
his loot off his shoulders and just kind of sits it next to him so he can lean back against the chair comfortably.
No, it was supposed to be funny.
So, you went missing that night. Care to elaborate? You and the cargo we were moving.
Well, you're staring at one of them right now.
Oh,
Hello.
I had nothing to do with moving or harming any of your. I never touched a slave.
Yes, I recognized your voice.
I did sing a lot of songs. True. I'm sorry if I was told to help you calm down. No hard feelings. I get you something and extra round on this guy. Extra round for this guy on me. Sorry, we misworded that.
Thank
so
you.
sorry.
Well, if you want the full story, it's gonna take a
Does his apology seem sincere?
Roll an insight check.
I mean, he's been telling the truth.
And what were you saying, Pink? Turquoise? Mr. I?
Well, if you want the full story, it may take a little.
Ooh, I got a net 20 for
If you'd like to
25.
fast forward through it, because I know it and you know. You'd like to... About the story.
Let's go to Richter while we sort of fast forward through it. I'll touch here and there on certain bits.
And then I got a 25 on my insight.
Certain
he seems
people
very
do not know the exact story.
Okay.
Specifically Zed and
That's true. Some people sitting at the bar would like to know the story, and especially know this guy's reaction to the story. So
yeah. So
we
I'll
will
touch on
it.
certain.
But Richter, you head out to the market carrying your large barrel.
And I will be right back because I'm actually going to go get an alcoholic beverage.
Asking
Again?
around.
Where's the best
other
place to
alcoholic
sell
beverages
this?
are available. Fuck off. Oh, if you head down that way, you go around that corner there in that alleyway. You'll find a nice dark corner to go fuck yourself.
I will offer a gold coin to somebody for better directions.
Eventually, before you end up having to offer a coin, you do stumble upon market buildings, places that sell goods, buy goods, mostly competing general goods stores. Some general goods stores have monopolies on certain things from other coasts.
This would be a good place to find out information on like what's good to trade where, as well.
Right. Yes.
All right, I'll go in there then.
It is like a almost like a street, a long like Vegas Strip type street, full of different market stalls that are a variety of general stores, but they specialize in specific variety items from different places. For instance, one shop only. This is the only shop on the entire street that has tobacco leaf, and it's grown from a specific place that he refuses to tell anybody who his shipper is because it's his monopoly. It's what keeps his store aloft. If you want, the tobacco leaf, you got to go to him. You want that smoke leaf, you got to go to another guy. You want that fungi, you got to go to another guy. So there are people down the list. You can find a guy. He's like an animal parts, honey, animal fats, certain flora and fauna, like plants that are considered like more living than regular plants. Venus flytraps and mandrake roots and things like that. The more reactive plant parts. You can find a guy that's like that type shop. Almost a specialist. Well, the other shops may offer you more or less. There is a shop specifically that you do see like some honey at.
I will try that shop then.
He will offer you for, was it like 6 gallons of honey?
7.
He will offer you 5 gold pieces.
Total.
You're lucky you're not getting 4. Are you kidding me? What is this?
What about the barrel as well?
You want me to pay for your barrel?
A few copper pieces
Just
wouldn't
dump
hurt,
it in
right?
this, and he slides like a bucket across the floor.
I really didn't want to have to carry this back. Fine. 5 gold it is.
That's what I thought. And dumps 5 gold in
Pleasure doing business.
It puts a sign on it, and puts a little like ladle off the side of the bucket. Gold piece per ladle, or sorry, 1 copper per ladle. That's as much as it's worth. Garbage. But it was magically conjured, not even made by a bee. Filthy.
No. Sure,
It's not from
yeah.
the shop.
Okay, then I will try to find another stall to ask for information about trade routes and what's good to sell where.
Well,
Maybe a jar one? A jar place?
I
for storage?
do specialize in glass and glass from different countries. What you're asking is called smuggling. That's illegal. I mean, it ain't here because, you know, this is a trade port and we don't exactly have laws against bringing and selling items from other places. In fact, it's our entire community function. But other places, other countries, outside of here, they have laws about what they can and cannot sell in their country. And those things will be very expensive in that country because they won't have them. So if you end up having one and bringing it to a country where you're not supposed to have it and you end up selling it, that's a crime. And the guards of that country will arrest you if they find out.
It's actually useful bit of information.
I don't exactly have a list of like what's illegal where. But I can tell you that any kind of red glass is illegal in Caldwell. Coldwin? The Coldwin Mountain area. They don't allow red glass. Like very rare up there. They don't use the dye, the stained glass. Apparently red dye up there is hard to get, so they don't use it on glass. The red glass is rare and valuable, and shipments to and from there of glass normally pertain of non-red colors, and because if I shipped red colors it would be illegal, and I normally go for a pretty penny. But yes, that's as much information as I could give you.
What's a pretty common material in glass amongst the countries?
Like opaque or clear glass, like a white or just a translucent, yeah.
How much would that go for each jar?
How much does a regular jar go for? It depends on the market. I sell all kinds of vials, jars, glassworks of any kind, so you know it's kind of my business. But other places that don't exactly have them in abundance might charge more. Price can vary. Couple copper pieces if you're looking for some jars. I don't know what you're asking me.
Okay, I need 25.
Oh,
Do you just teach indigenous economics?
apparently. I'm gonna need like 5 silver pieces. 50 copper, 5 silver.
How are you? What?
Here you go.
Can I be the asshole that asks him how he's gonna carry it before he buys it?
Nope. She lays out 25 jars for you. Here you go.
Do you have a crate that I can carry this in?
No.
I'll pay you for the crate as well.
I mean, you've got a backpack.
I don't have a crate.
Have you ever put jars in a backpack?
You have to walk really careful.
Pack.
We do. I guess that works. I guess. So I'll put those in my bag.
Definitely put
And
it in your
Pocket,
backpack.
put it in your backpack. Put it up your sleeves.
yeah, back to the ship and
You know.
carefully place them I'll also give her an extra 5 silver for the information.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Mark all this down. You are all spending. We'll jump back to the bar as you're on your way back to the ship to put your jars away.
Yep, and then I will head to the bar.
All right, so we'll jump back to the bar while you're on your way there. Where were we?
The story of how I got my freedom.
In a more detailed fashion for Amir, if anything.
And Zed. Well, on that night, as you know, things didn't go over too well between I and the captain, some of the crew.
Yeah, I was there. I had your back. I claim that the reward belonged to you. So did the others. And then that cow bitch claimed that it didn't. And it went to her. But regardless of your little dispute, we stood up for you. We wanted you to have what was yours. Late into the night, after I had sung everybody a peaceful lullaby and I was biding in a bit of drink, talking to Jade and Jasper, there were fucking gunshots, screaming, a bunch of yelling. The dawn rose, you were gone, our cargo was missing. We were blamed. So please, fill in the missing gaps.
I may or may not have had something to do with convincing him to set us free.
I would say it was more of Carver being a pompous nutcase that provides more for his own kind than his.
Oh,
well,
yeah, I agree that
well,
he
yeah.
does that. And I get what your friend is saying, kind of a means and opportunity type deal.
Yeah, something happened. I saw a chance. Said a few things. Not
I
much,
said
just
at about, I'd say, midnight, I decided to plan a coup against Carver by myself. Should have let you all know, I really should have, but those are mistakes of the past. I can't really take them back now, can I?
I'm not holding my rapier to your throat. We're imbibing in drink, and I'm sitting here with your friends, discussing matters of old. We're reminiscing.
I agree. But I still feel bad knowing that you all got off with more or less death sentences then.
Well, it may make me sound like an asshole to say this, but it should be no surprise, knowing me, I'm an asshole. It does make me feel better to know you do feel bad about what happened. I'd like you to feel miserable, but, you know, bad is a good stuff.
I spent half a year feeling miserable, but it kinda goes away from your mind, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Time heals most things. Massive scars on your back, loss of close friends.
The scars of doing those things to your close friend by accident.
My
Under
mother's
this is
death.
breast, you hear, not slavery.
I'm like, yeah, heals my mother's death, my sister's rape,
Whoa.
things like that.
Whoa. There was no rape or killing of cargo on the ship. I never saw that if that happened.
This doesn't have to do with us. This was the All Stars. You know how they are. They're weird fucking.
Ooh. They're
I don't know why we had a fucking creed with them in the first place. That was the weirdest decision that Carver ever made.
Carver's a sick fuck.
I mean,
He's a sick fuck. He likes the quick fuck. Woo.
okay then. Back onto the story.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
I decided that I was gonna let our, in air quotes, cargo go free. So I let them all out of the cage. I picked the locks or had the keys to what I needed to. And we got to a boat before one of the crewmen found us.
As I recall, it was one of her loyalists that found you. At least there was he was the voice I remember calling out first. Same accusatory voice that said, "Do it. Kill Jasper. He'll talk then."
You see a twitch in Fink's eye, just at the fact that just.
Yeah, you freed them. They found out. And you just disappeared.
Well, we tried to escape. At least most of us did. It was me. Point to Calico. Calico over here.
Hello. And a couple others that I don't remember.
An old man. I don't remember his name or anything like that. And a turtle of some description.
Carver has thought it wise to promote himself shortly after the incident. While we were being questioned, he wanted to keep quiet. Certainly, his first mate couldn't betray him. It would make him seem soft. He made an alliance with this upcoming young tiefling girl, elfin girl. He ran a crew and a ship of herself. He demanded authority. I wasn't able to catch all of the agreements or how it came about, but
I think I know what he might be looking for as well.
What did she look like?
I did not see much. I was being held in the brig. I was being tortured for days. I know that there's some tiefling girl that now works for him. He now owns 3 ships and calls himself a commodore.
I put a hand on Jasper's shoulder if I can reach it, arm if I can't. Just say, I'm sorry for what they did to you, but I'll make sure that I pay him back tenfold.
So why are you in town then? Not to aid her in her journey.
To deliver an item we came across on our journeys just west of this item. Just west of Hammerfell.
Item?
Apparently pretty rare. The town wasn't too rich. We got 1,000 gold for just getting the thing.
What kind of item?
A box of some sort. I don't really know too much about it. Something with magic.
Well, that was our specialty, right? Moving cargo.
Certain types, indeed.
Don't ask questions that don't need to be asked, but...
Unless you're the quartermaster, you gotta make pally.
I don't ask questions that don't need to be asked.
It's a good trait.
So, there's a place in town you need to deliver this package to. I can call somebody over. They could run it for you.
No, I'd prefer to see it delivered by my own crew.
Oh, why don't you just... Well, why don't you let me come with you, or at least tell me the address?
I point over to Zed, who I would have hopefully at this point in time given shown, where we're going when we need to deliver it.
Said 0 the documents like 7 times.
Yeah. Okay. He's going to deliver it along with some of my crew.
You
can accompany them. I have some things to check.
I mean, I don't need to personally accompany them. If they don't want, I was just curious. You know, I could tell you the best route. Tell you, who owns the building, surrounding region. I've worked here for the last 7 months. I've been running it.
It's a major shipping company we gotta go to. Their hub. God, what was the name of the company?
Zedicus says it. I can't remember right now, but Zedicus would know.
Onyx.
No, it's not on it.
Okay, no.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh, Casper.
Oh, you can drop that. It was because I didn't know if you were still working with him.
Oh, I know, but I'd rather not speak old names in the presence of new faces, if you understand.
Fair enough, Joseph. Fair enough.
Well, you ever heard of a lady goes by Queen of Storm?
Yeah, I have. She's been a real thorn in the side of this deep sea crew lately. Considering the alliance, my boss Onyx and the captain of the deep sea crew share, it's been a bit thorn in our side as well.
Do I get there at this point?
Yes, you'd be arriving and you'd be like, where are you? And you'd see a booth full of your friends.
Hey! I walk over.
Magenta has been pounding drinks. And Adder is still standing about 3 feet, or deliberately standing about 3 feet behind Casper, staring at something.
How many does it look like she's in? Like, how much does she drink by now?
You can't tell. She's a monk.
Oh, she's speedy.
Well, that's very useful. I don't have much on her myself, nor do my crew, but we heard her name searching through things, I should say.
Kind of crazy cultist obsessed with some water. I've been searching for some. Claims she's. Oh.
There we go.
Owed certain rewards.
I sit down at the booth.
Weird.
Reward?
That's what I'm saying,
found-
right? It's crazy. You were talking about some crazy cultist out in the ocean?
Oh, the one lady? Queen of something?
that one. Yeah, Mother of Storms. That's the lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Richter was it, right?
Yeah.
Get this guy a drink, because drinks are just being brought over repetitively, pitcher by pitcher.
I grab a pitcher and start drinking.
You guys are all, whoever's abiding in drink, you are all getting day drunk. Including Casper. Casper's getting way day drunk. Like, I thought you were dead, then I thought you betrayed us, then I thought you came to kill me, and turns out it's a fucking small world. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, it's a new friendship.
I'm not quite keeping pace with him, but drinking just enough to keep up the illusion of drinking. Essentially, I'm trying to keep myself sort of sober.
Right, and you are definitely staying far more sober than him, where he's just pounding it, and he's human. His tolerance is super great.
I'm just gonna sip on my on one. I don't really.
Hey,
now.
I know that. Look, hey, you guys, as he points to the rest of your crew, you get any questions? Things you want to know? I got dirty secrets.
I agree. This man right here, he's.
Hey,
he's like a gossiper.
I'm a I'm a legitimate businessman now.
Do you remember the port where you picked up my
Real quick, when he says legitimate businessman, I cheers him.
Where we picked up the cargo. As he kind of like sobers up for a moment, like grasps his face and like wipes a little bit of brow sweat away. Yeah. I can give you that information if you like.
I'd really appreciate it. Would help me find my sister.
Looking at you makes this whole situation a whole lot heavier and sick to think to do.
Yeah, it's new beginnings, eh?
I should say, you personally never did anything to me, and
But I
I
never
guess your
did
songs
anything to
did
stop it
technically
either.
save me. Yeah.
It profited me, so why did I care?
Don't ask questions or you'll always get hurt.
But
Yeah, I can give you that information.
I
And he does give you the information, the name of the dog.
yeah, because I still want to find my sister. Actually, there was that one guy on the ship of the lady. What was her name? Said she was like the head honcho.
Yeah, would I know her name specifically?
Of who?
The admiral or whatever her rank is of the deep sea.
Yes.
She was on your man of war ship.
Yeah. Whatever her name is, I just think for a second and go, her name?
One of her guards must have seen my sister somewhere.
Boulder, if I remember correct.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
big thick-headed one.
I wasn't there. Never mind. Scratch that. I was below deck.
Oh no, that's the wrong name. I almost gave you the wrong name. I almost gave you the name of this tiefling person.
Well, I mean,
leader of
take her name as well.
leader of the deep sea crew, Carrie Buckman.
Carrie. Carrie Buckner.
Buckman.
Or Buck. Carrie Bucknet, if I remember correct. I look over to my former crewman for confirmation.
She didn't say her name when she was on the deck of the ship, I don't think.
My bad. I thought.
I don't think so either.
But I know it from my past.
I'm fairly sure she didn't announce herself. The first mate came across and told you were in the presence of the captain of the deep sea crew. She came across. Magenta said her piece, and then she was like, "Very well, safe travels, and tell your bosses, blah blah blah. Will do." And then you sailed off. Never got names. And you could have asked as captain. You could have been like, "May I say who said this?" And formality's sake, yes. But you didn't say anything. You just kept your mouth shut.
Yeah. If you're looking for the captain of the sea, her name's Carrie Bucknet, if I remember correctly. Look over to my former crewman.
Captain of the deep sea crew.
Yes, sir.
Casper knows her name.
Her bodyguard, Boulder.
Oh.
He's seen my sister.
The orcish girl. Large orc woman.
Yeah, the one that kept calling me a lady.
I have no idea if she called you a lady.
No, I'm assuming she's seen my sister. We're like identical-ish. We're really, really close.
What are you asking me?
Do you
to ask? if she would have a meeting with you.
No, just him in general. I just want to find out more about my sister. Maybe you knew something, or knew how I could speak with him. Maybe. Her.
Her, the
Yeah.
orc girl.
Yeah.
They dock around here occasionally. I imagine if you met her ship on your way in, she'll be docking in the next day or two to resupply. She's close for a reason.
Okay. I will keep an eye out. Thanks.
Sure. It could be more
So,
helpful.
I've given you my story, but I do have a question for you.
Anything.
How big is the crew of the the influence of the deep sea gotten since I've been gone?
Well, we're most in the last year or so, most of Lawless 5 have risen in power. 3 of which now call themselves Admiral Fleet. Maybe a dozen ships. Our former mutual friend, Carver. I said the word earlier.
Commodore.
Commodore, lording over 3 ships. His men of war and 2 galleons.
Well, if we could
Man.
we'd strike quite a heavy blow again.
The other has
Hey.
kept his forces quite hidden.
Don't
I
you
don't know what he calls himself or the amount of ships he holds in.
Doesn't somebody know that we could sink it?
Why would you sink a perfectly good ship that you could hate?
Sometimes it's easier to sink them than to take them.
Well, of course, it's easier to sink a ship than to take it. But if you've got the right cunning, I look over to my former crewmate, as we might look back to Calico. If he's willing to help us out, we might be able to take another ship out of Carver fleet.
I've
Sure.
been attempting to make plans on that very matter. Fortunately, keep her crew very alert, especially in these waters. Not even dock workers can get within 30 feet of that ship without being.
I could
ordered
swim
away
right up
by
as a
her crew.
fish. I could swim right up as a fish.
And do what?
I don't know.
Get
Just
back to
Take
me
over
when-
the ship all
First
by
step
your
in the plan.
lonesome.
Get back
That's
to me when you have a plan. When you have a plan
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
more
yeah.
than I can swim.
I
I
can
love the
swim.
enthusiasm. Glug glug glug.
Well, it's just a proposal, but I am trying to cook up a little bit of a scheme to steal the ship right out from under. And if we can take her galley, we might just spur Carver into a bit of a frenzy.
Well,
He'll be sloppy with his tactics, where he coordinates men.
you know the rules here in the harbor. No ill will as long as the paperwork says so. But if you can find out where she's going and possibly corner her or catch her somewhere where the laws are more favorable to you, then I don't see why you wouldn't be able to just worship right from under her nose. Or perhaps better kill that sow.
Oh, I plan.
As he's
Speaking
his
of that.
cup is up to his mouth and he's just slow sipping.
Speaking of that, you said that you didn't know that I had betrayed Carver immediately. Thought it might have been a ruse. Is that the entire Blood Carvers?
Everybody but the 5 of us that knew you wouldn't betray us. Yeah. Well, 3 of us now.
Ah,
By Jasper and Jake.
I grab my drink. I just down the rest of it.
He pours it all out.
At that, I just down the rest of the
I
drink.
will say to him that I'm sorry that he had to suffer for me to give him my freedom, because it is kind of.
I'm sorry that you didn't have your freedom. Period. Participated in that fucked up program.
Fucked up roundabout the world we live in, right? And I raise my glass for a toast.
I raise my cup.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to say?
You said earlier that you had a wide information network. How wide does it spread?
The entirety of the southeastern district of New Haven.
And this is the same district that Onyx currently controls?
It is my boss's district, yes.
Okay.
I work for him. I am a wordsmith.
Damn dyslexia.
I am a skilled wordsmith.
Well, it's only a bit of a stretch, but if you happen to... No, I'm gonna leave that for other. How does one acquire a bounty at the Wounded Archer's hunting lodge?
Oh, that place is full of pompous assholes. Always brag about the biggest kill. It's not necessarily bounty. People here, there are, the upper crust of the society have posted rewards for trophies. They want decorations to hang in their homes. They will pay for such a decoration. These decorations, impossible to get creatures. They do eventually filter their way down to our region, and the Wounded Archer is filled with more than one weary hunter who tried and failed certain impossible tasks. But, yeah.
Did anybody ever get that black dragon skull?
No.
What?
Well, I mean, Onyx's seat is made of a black dragon's skull. But as far as
Really?
anyone knows, no. Nobody killed the black dragon. Otherwise, they'd come for it. You know what I mean? People pay a lot for trophies. My boss doesn't need somebody hunting him down because the chair he sits in is fancy.
That's quite fascinating.
It's not. When you meet him, you'll understand.
Well, yeah, fair enough.
Actually, on the topic of rulers, is the Pirate King still at port?
He's the next wharf over. Or the next district over.
Thought he would have gone back.
Gonna sound a bit cliche, but South Central Haven. Yo, he's in South Central. No, South Central Haven would be.
I may not be living with the pirates anymore, but I still feel the need to pay respect.
Do you know much about trade goods?
Well, on that note...
What do you mean specifically?
What trade goods are valuable in which town, and I like to be a merchant, trade goods here and there. Legal, of course.
I could certainly get you a list of legal trade goods. Yeah, that's easy enough.
Yeah, thank you.
As you guys are talking, looks at his essentially empty glass, finishes the little bottom part of it, puts it down, and slides under the table, gives all of them the 2-finger wave, that one wave nod,
Yeah.
exits the bar.
Oh,
The
should I do the 2-finger wave back at you?
No, this is a bar.
bar.
There are
Sorry.
2 inns and 3 bars.
Yeah.
Well, what about the
Does
rest
he
of
have
you?
Are there any libraries or anywhere to get some books? Specifically
Depends on the
stuff
books
on
you're
gods,
looking. No specific central.
religious.
At least not in New Haven. There may be some in Haven proper or East Haven, but as far as I know, we don't have any. And trust me, as far as I know, there are none in Southeast Haven. There are none here.
Okay.
There are no,
Yeah, I was looking
there
for.
are no book-learned people around here.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was looking for some books on.
Well, I mean, there are book-learned
gods.
people. Enough of them.
Warrant
Haven
a
itself
bookstore?
is a large, like Haven proper, the central district, about 3 days travel, 4 days travel. About 4 days travel northwest of here. Haven proper, they have a large religious district. You can find all the religious propaganda and paperwork you want there. Been there a couple times over the last couple months, making, rubbing elbows with certain individuals. Apparently my silver tongue comes in handy at galas. I didn't even know what the word gala was a year ago. But when you're a smooth talker and you charm the right people, you quickly learn the words and terms they use. More educated. But the rest of you surely have questions. Wish to have more drink. Not?
I wouldn't mind
Welcome
drinking more.
to New Haven. It was a pleasure to meet you all.
But Hans, would you know about
Thank you.
any other hunting lodges in New Haven?
We have known other here in the southwestern district, the southeastern district of New Haven. There are none. We keep the one place for the pompous assholes who think themselves bigger than the rest. Oh, I once hunted a bear. Congratulations. So have bunches of other farmers with shotguns.
I wonder how many took on a giant serpent as he pulls out the fang dagger.
Wow, you'll fit right in. You're
Yeah, I was just thinking the same.
You're already bragging.
Not like we totally did that together or anything. But good on you.
Not like Fink did the majority of the damage to the thing or anything.
But
Sorry if I
yeah,
wasn't clear
no,
about this.
we keep Fink left. We only keep the one hunting lodge to try and keep your folk centralized. Not many hunting tasks make it down this far. The ones that do mostly get accomplished because of the, well, egotistical scumbags like yourself. No offense. I also live and work in this district. So,
Do I happen to notice anything weird or strange at the bar while we're just like sitting here?
The only thing weird or strange is people in this bar, like when he speaks up or when he demands attention, the room gets quiet. He's like,
So
he's like top tier thug level. Like, I don't care who you work for or
He's
where you're
king.
from. There's a like even the strangers that have never been to this bar before notice that the room gets quiet. Also, get quiet.
He's the kingpin.
And he is the second in command. But yeah, he works very closely with Onyx. There is a third that works with him, but the three of them, Onyx specifically, rule over southeast Hammerfold, known as.
Is there a certain place you'd like to meet for me to pick up the list, or?
You can come back here. The bartender should have everything ready for you. Tell him your friend Joseph's.
Okay. No, pleasure then.
Oh, if not one last thing. Do you know any tanneries or skinners that are looking for elk skins?
What skins?
Elk skins, deer?
Not off the top of my head, no. Lots of numbers to keep in track of, lots of elbows to rub these days. Can't keep track of every merchant that sells what in town.
That's fair.
Yeah, I did see quite a few out there.
But yeah, the market district in these quarters is quite heavy, as this is a large port for smuggling goods that otherwise would be deemed illegal in certain countries.
Like, red glass.
Red glass? I don't know. Is that like illegal where you're from?
It's legal in Coldwind.
What?
Learned it from,
Good for you.
got that piece of information today, so. Oh,
Cool.
something interesting.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, no smuggling on my ship as I reach over and like.
I don't plan to. Legal goods
just, like,
only.
pat you on the top of the, yeah.
Well,
I'll
be
lean over
very
and pat you on
careful
the
on
top
what
of
you
your head.
pick up. Because, or be very careful on what you sell when you get to what harbor, because laws on what goods are illegal change from port to port, so you might accidentally be smuggling things. But as long as you're careful on what you sell, like walking around with a large barrel of viscous gold liquid, that could be considered illegal in certain countries.
Oh, I didn't know that before.
What was
Good
that
to know.
liquid and what was it?
Honey.
Oh, alright. So my informant saw the inside of the barrel had some kind of golden liquid in it. Should have known it was some kind of food source. Saying you were the cook.
Was it actually liquid gold? I don't know.
Might as well. It's worth asking. Get out here, Fink. Go away.
So what are the laws here? Kind of do this place.
Don't start any fights. Kill anybody. If threatened, or if a attempt is taken on your life, the person, there is no need for you to worry. Person and 4 peoples who attempted this attack, started this fight, will be dealt with and punished summarily.
Few but stern. Like it.
And that's why Fink didn't try and start a bar fight.
Very, mind your own business and don't get into other people's shit, and you shouldn't have a problem here.
Good info to know. And I go back to drinking.
The question, comments, statements?
No, I think I'm good.
Well, if none of you have any other things to discuss with me, he sits back in the booth, starts strumming on his lute. Go. Enjoy the town. It's a wonderful place.
Oh, does he know which district the headquarters we got for the ship?
Boom, boom. You tell me the address.
Huh?
I mean, he would know where the address if you tell him the address. Yes, but I mean, I don't know if your group told him the address. He asked earlier and was like, "I'm just curious on where you need to deliver said package." And
I said we were going to a.
First mate was like, "Ask Zen." And Zed's like, "I know where it is."
And he's like, "Yeah, I know where."
Look, I can't trust anybody in this port right now.
No, yeah. So
yeah, I gotcha. As long as Zed knows how to, as long as somebody knows how to get there.
Well, we are day drunk, so
Y'all are day drunk. I had a beer.
Well, you've got alcohol in your system. You're not day drunk, tipsy, or buzzed. But Zed is completely sober. I'm guaranteeing it.
I mean, I drink, so I'm probably buzzed.
But he
Mamoon's probably just pounding him back next to fucking.
Yeah, him and Magenta are going to town. And
they're going toe to toe right now. Magenta's like having to use glasses. Mamoon's just chugging the pitcher.
As Casper sits back, Adder kind of leans in to have a whispered conversation with him. But Casper has sent the rest of you, go, enjoy the town. Flee, shoo. Go about your friend Jasper's business. Run amok in my town. I've had it.
I'm assuming Fink is already on his way out.
Choose whoever wants to leave. You don't have to leave. Gives you clearance.
No, I've been gone.
Yeah.
Zed, do you remember the address for the shipping company?
Is Zed even here?
Why,
muted.
yes,
I don't think he remembers that he's muted.
rules. I, Zedicus Xander Zerul, do remember the address for the shipping company. It's blah, 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 blah. Zedicus Zul Zerander, sorry.
There we go. Fucking muted myself by accident. Yes, do. Got it in my notes. Character gives it to you.
Well, Zed, you've got both the box and the key now. You can make the delivery.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, because Zed, can you tell this kind man the address so he can tell us which district we need to go to?
Yeah, do we need papers or something if we go to a certain place?
Yeah.
These were questions to Pernin to ask it before he left.
No, we're still at the. Yeah, we're still at the booth.
I tell him the district, but not the address. It's the district.
Well, it's this district. I mean, Fink had already revealed that it was this district.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you get the address in this district, then we know where we need to go.
Well, I don't know.
Should we go now?
You haven't told Casper the address. He does know it is somewhere in New Haven. It's somewhere in my city, so it's at most a day's ride from here.
Would I need any kind of paperwork to travel to that religious district?
Oh yes. Leave any southern district going north. You need paperwork.
Do you know where I can get some paperwork?
I could certainly assist you with that for a price.
And what is this price?
How many of you plan on going to?
I have my own papers.
I mean, I would like to go.
So, I'll look at Vez.
It's like I only know basically from my village. I could come with. I wouldn't mind being there.
So 4 of us.
Four sets of papers for transit to Haven Central.
Yeah, to the religious district there.
But running about 300 gold apiece.
Gotcha. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Snobby place, isn't it?
Oh,
Yes.
very official. Run by the 6 founding families of Hammerfall.
Oh.
Zed would already have paid.
Yep.
No, transit papers to the central cities of Hammerfold are a like a need to get basis.
So
you have to have papers from somebody there stating that you were there to see them at a time, arrive at that time to get in. And once in, nobody inside will question your right to be there, but to get past the guards to get there, because to get to Central proper specifically, you have to go through one of the surrounding districts.
Okay, so it's not like a passport where you already have it and you just show. Okay, never mind.
It's like to East Haven or West Haven, to North Haven, Northeast Haven, or Northwest Haven. Those are ports. Those just require a passport, a stamped pass that you would have.
Yeah. So
to get into Central Haven, Haven proper, not called Central Haven, it's called Haven proper. There's North Central, South Central, East, West, Northeast, Northwest, Southwest. All have different names. Old Haven, New Haven, South Central Haven, North Central Haven, East Haven, West Haven, Haven proper. Northwestern Haven is called check notes just to make sure it's right.
On that note, guys, I give one of you guys the box. I gotta go to bed because I'm about to die.
Fair enough. We could call it there.
Okay.
As you guys disperse from the Casper individual, head out into New Haven to explore whatever's in New Haven.
Internet.
Good game, guys. Sorry I got to bug out early, but good playing with you. I'll see you next time. Just message me when you guys want to play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Peace.
Northwest is Royal Haven, and northeast is Raised Haven. Northeast is Raised. West is Royal.
So meow. Can I get you in divine intervention for a moment?
Sure.
Fine, yes, yes.
So I was going to go to the Pirate King. Would I need papers for that, or could I just show them?
Currently the Pirate King is in the South Central.
Mm-hmm.
And no, to get to any of the southern ports, you do not need paperwork at all. You don't even need a passport. In fact, they didn't ask you for your passport when you arrived.
Okay.
The southern ports, they don't care. The Pirate King isn't allowed. He has been on several occasions to Haven proper, but is not allowed there on the regular.
Okay, so yeah, that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
For further, yeah.
So back to the others. Oh, Andy left as well. Haha. Bye-bye.
Yes, goodbye.
That was kind of a short session.
It's 3 hours.
Yeah, but we normally go from like.
I mean, the last one was like 5 hours. They're normally like 3 to 4 hours.
Normally
Yeah.
around 5.
3 to 4. I mean, that would be
Yeah.
usual.
Kind
Just with
of.
all the sidetracking it adds up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thoughts? Questions?
I'm sad we don't get to play anymore tonight. I wanted to meet the Pirate King.
But next time on Sea Monsters.
Am I going about the merchant thing the right way?
What do you mean?
Like, am I trying to get information the right way?
Well, to start, player-wise, you sold your honey to the wrong individual.
Okay, fair enough.
A market with, like, a shop that doesn't have that good will pay more to have that good. The shop that already has that good is going to pay you less because they already have it. You're just giving them more of it.
You're making the rich richer.
You either give them a market to sell a new product in their store, 7, gallons of it, or you give it you give it to somebody who has 7 gallons who's like, well, I have to sell my stock before your stock, and your stock's shit. Whether or not your stock is really shit, they're going to call it shit because they already have stock.
So just pay attention to their inventory,
what?
basically.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Learn how to sell and buy or seller. Do you know what Wow, I'm really going through the explaining how
I get it.
works to.
I get it.
The second time.
Florida.
Have you not had an economics class? You're a high school student. Like when Farquaad said,
No.
"Wow, did you really just explain economics?" I was like, "I guess I did," but no, I'm here explaining economics again.
No, I have not had an economics class.
Look up supply and demand.
Peace,
Yeah,
guys.
that makes sense. Oh, you out of here too?
Are you leaving too? Damn.
Everybody's dropping
Dude,
out of class.
I've been up for about as long as X has.
Go run.
Gone further, but as of right now, we don't really have anything important to go over.
No, yeah.
So,
You're definitely not
you're good.
around to ask or talk to anybody. You've headed out on your own, so it's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm
You're
a
good.
dip.
Peace, dude.
So, as an audience member, Farquaad, what did you think? Let me stop my recording.